Hello, what's going on? Continuing the Beaver Politics Ontario Election Connection 24-hour live stream. We're going to be on 24 hours. How is everybody doing? I know I was just in here with Pixie, but I'm taking over now. How's it going, everybody? We're going to be taking guests. If you guys want to come up. Just going to quickly share the stream with a bunch of people. Probably everyone's asleep by now, but you never know. Trying to get all my West Coasters. Maybe they're still awake. Let's see, who do I know lives out on the West Coast? That's okay, you don't have to come up if you feel like we're too biased. I'm good, Michael, how are you? How are you guys doing? Hello.
How are you, host?
Dude, how's it going?
It's been a while since me and you've talked.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been up on the panel.
No, I come up on Fridays, but I always forget.
Yeah, you come up when Nerdy's hosting, but not when I'm hosting.
Yeah, I probably should come when you're hosting. I sure you see me talking to Nerdy, don't you?
Yeah, I'm usually there in the comments because usually by the time I join, all the boxes are already taken. So I just sit in the comments and.
Yeah, I'll be voting in Ontario's provincial election,
Nice.
but not
Who
for
are you going to
Doug,
vote for?
not Doug Ford,
Good answer.
but not NDP. I'm more, as you know, I'm more to the center. I'll be voting Bondi Crombie.
Did you check if that's like, are you going to do strategic voting at all, or are you just voting for who you like?
No, I'm voting for Bonnie Clumpy, who is the Liberal leader.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I would, I think he will be back in office.
It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm more concerned on the federal election that we're expected to have later this year. I really like, obviously, as you know, I'm not a fan of the NDP, but I think Rob Canoe will be going to Ottawa in the next few years. I know
Rob Canoe's great.
I know Rob Canoe is Manitoba Premier. I think he's going to go to Ottawa. He'll have one term as Premier. Wait, yeah, 23. He'll have one term as Premier when he's going to Ottawa.
That would be really nice. I know that people really, really like him. He's done a lot of good things for Manitoba. He's been really good for them.
Well, I've heard nothing good about. I've heard nothing bad about Rob Canoe. No scandal, no nothing. He still has a high approval rating of over 50%. He reminds me of Obama when Obama was coming on the scene. He's charismatic, speaks well. But I support Carney. Carney is more of a traditional liberal. I like him. Good.
I think Carney's our best bet, honestly, into what we're dealing with the states.
I think honestly I like Freeland. Freeland will not win. She's too closely aligned with Justin Trudeau.
No, I honestly, I don't. Freeland it would be a disaster. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it would
She's
be.
too aligned. She's too aligned. People are just gonna, connect her to Trudeau, and then they're gonna go off. I mean, they're already doing that right now, right? They're just
Yeah.
replacing Trudeau's name with Carney and all of their um, talking points. But Freeland is not. Unfortunately, I don't think that she's the right person right now. I think Karina's also great. She did really well in the debates, but again, I just don't think it's her time right now. I'd like to
Yeah.
see her later on. I think she's a little bit too young right now to be dealing with a
Yeah.
guy like Trump. I don't think she's tough enough.
Kearney, obviously Karina Gold, and I noticed this in the debate. Karina Gold, she's talking to the more progressive vote, as Kearney is speaking to the more red Tory blue liberals, like where the party used to be before Trudeau came along. Like he's speaking to more moderate voters, like saying, "Okay, I'm for people's rights, but I'm also going to be fiscally responsible. I'm moving us back." That's who he's speaking to.
Yeah. And Panda, you're right. We still have a problem with schmexism and racism in the world, and that's a big reason why I don't think that it's the right choice to. As much as I hate to say this, because I'm an intersectional feminist, but at the end of the day, we got to do what's right for right now, for present moment, and in this present moment, I genuinely believe that putting a woman in power, especially in this race against the conservatives, is not a good idea because we saw what happened in the United States. We saw what happened with Kamala. She was
Um,
the most qualified presidential candidate in the United States, and people just didn't want to vote for her because she was a
um,
woman.
are you old enough to? You might be old enough. Are you old enough to remember Campbell '93 after Maroney stepped down?
I wasn't even in Canada in '93.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm one of those scary immigrants.
No, 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 no. So you probably know what happened in '93. Maroney stepped down. This is after he put. So basically, you know about the GST. Used to be a big thing back in the day. He puts it in. A lot of people are upset. Did not want it. Marini's numbers start going down in the tank badly. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't born yet, but I'm a political junkie. It goes down, down, down. All of '92. Um, Marini sees the writing on the wall. He says, "Okay, I'll go." The progressive conservatives say, "Okay, we'll have a leadership race." Kim Campbell wins. There is a little bit of a honeymoon for her. She's up against Duncan Chen, who has been opposition leader. Um, a lot happened. Election in 1993 in October, the Conservatives went from 150 odd seats to 2 seats. They were out of power for 12 years. So
Yeah.
Canada has had a women prime minister, but Canadians did not vote for her and her party when they had the opportunity. They voted for John Kitchen and the Liberals. Um, and I watched the U.S. election. And the reason why I say this, for I think we need to move. I don't think this is the appropriate time to move to the left. And
I mean I've been an
I
NDP
know
voter for a long time,
I know
and
this
because of what's going on right now, I'm
I know this
actually
I know
I mean
disappointing.
I was gonna say I'm gonna strategically vote no matter what. So like for this upcoming federal election, all I care about is just not having the conservatives. I really don't care who gets in as long as it's not conservatives. That
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be brutally honest about that. It is what it is. Right now it's country first, not party first.
yeah. Honestly,
And really quickly, I just want to say, yeah, very short-lived, Mandy. I agree. And where are you from? I'm Eastern European.
I think
Just wanted to quickly answer that.
yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people expected Donald Trump to come back. Um, it was a toss up, but I don't think I don't think Canada's ready to move to the far left. Yeah, are we more left in America? Yeah, we are, but we're socially progressive, but we're also fiscally conservative. You still have a vast majority of Canadians who are small-c
Nice,
conservatives,
Marsh.
middle of the road, and that's why I am. I'm middle of the road. I'm socially progressive, but I'm also fiscally conservative. I like a balanced budget, and that's where Mark Carney comes in.
Well, I mean, we still have to understand that, like, I mean, I'm still in agreement with the fact that I think Carney's our best choice, and I like the fact that he's got progressive social policies and then a little bit more conservative, um, you know, fiscal policies. But at the end of the day, people still need to understand that the government is not a business, right? I mean, it really depends on why we're going into debt. If that debt is spent on creating a better economy for the future and investing in the people so that people don't end up having ridiculous expenses with things like healthcare, then that's a good reason to go into debt. It pays off, right?
Yeah, true.
So
Honestly,
it really it's again, right, all countries go into debt, and
honest,
our net debt to GDP ratio is one of the best in the G7 right now. We're way better than the United States when it comes to that.
honestly,
But I mean, if Mark Carney can make it even better, I'm all for it.
honestly, um, I don't. Freeland, she's just no. I think Carney's been very Carney's been very good at appealing to, like, saying, okay, I care about these stuff, but he's also been good at appealing to those who are more to the right, more to the center, like me, like here, this is what I'll give you, and this is why Mark Carney and the Liberals are, like, gaining momentum right now. He will be prime minister. Um, honestly, if so, between me and you, do you think what do you think will happen? So March 24th, they go back to Ottawa. They have to pass a throne speech. Um, have to pass the budget. Do you think they go back to the House of Commons, or does Carney and the Liberals just call an election and say, you know what, we're not even going to go back because all three
Well,
parties are ready?
Carney said that he wants to call an election kind of right away. If he gets chosen, he wants to just call an election, get it out of the way, and then hopefully move forward.
So because the leadership convention is the 9th, do you think he calls it the 10th?
I think close. If it's not right away, then it'll probably be a couple of weeks later. But I think it's going to be right away. I
I
do.
think
I
I
genuinely do. I think we're looking at a late spring, kind of early summer election.
because I know they
That's what I think is going to happen.
I so he comes back to so what I think will happen the 10th. He he talks to all the liberals, like he'll say we have to be united regardless if you were for me or not. We have to come together as liberals. We have to show Canadians that we're back to the center again. Um, appeal to those more moderate voters. I think you would ask them, what do you want to do? Do you want me to go to the governor general, or do you just want to have a vote of non confidence in the NDP, in the Bloc Québécois, and the Conservatives bring down our government? I think I think will be people who will say to him, "Oh, and I'm so sorry for talking so much."
It's all good.
Um, I think there will be people in the room who will say to him, "We should probably have a vote of non confidence because you know how Pierre Poilievre is." They'll say, "Oh, it's not fair. He's been wanting this." But I think there will be people in the room who also say, "Just call an election. Obviously Canadians are happy with us. We're back in the game. We're moving back to where we used to be pre Justin Trudeau." Um, and in his early days, more to the center, moderate. We're not to the left anymore. Um,
I think that's what he's going to do. To be honest, I think he's just going to call for elections pretty much right away if he gets chosen as the party leader.
yeah, because I know the NDP have called on the Liberals to recall Parliament to for some economic relief and for businesses and for workers. Because they have to pass that budget, that spring budget, when
Yeah.
they get back. Um, That would be the 24th. I think because the Liberals get to decide when every party has their opposition days. So the Liberals could say, okay, we're not giving you your opposition days right now until you pass this, what we want for it, what is going to be in the budget for us. There are things that you guys want that we will be passing with you guys. Carney could say to the NDP, okay, we'll pass economic and business relief for your base, even though that's not our base. Those I think Jem Mixon and the NDP will vote with them one last time. Carbon tax will be gone. Everybody basically wants that gone now. Um, that's one and done. All the parties will vote with the Liberals on carbon tax. The next one, the NDP will not vote for. They will never vote for that. That's the capital gains tax. Both Carney and Pierre Poilievre have said, yeah, it's done, or it's going back to 50%. This is where Pierre Poilievre has to make a difficult decision. His base does not like the Liberals at all. Does Pierre Poilievre vote with Carney to say, okay, it's going back to 50% from the 66%? The NDP and Jem Mixon will be sitting there watching and seeing Liberals and Conservatives are just the same. I know it. I see it. Because that's the NDP. Because the Bloc Québécois will not vote with them. The Green Party has 2 members. Pierre Poilievre might have to vote with him, and I'm in favor of the capital gains tax being gone, or at least lowered, because it affected doctors and lawyers. So I think Pierre Poilievre will more than likely vote with him. Once that's done, or Carney and the Liberals keep them there all night to vote. Um, I think Carney could say to every other party, we're not sending you guys home until you guys vote on what we want after the phone speech. Um, and then it basically starts non-confidence. I think the election will probably be 50 is 36 days. That is late April, early May. That would probably May 1 weekend. That is
Well, I mean, Carney's not talking about cutting taxes for the rich and corporations. He's planning on taxing them more
no, I know
so that
that,
we
but
can invest.
no, I'm talking about the capital gains tax.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because he has said the capital gains tax is going back to 50%, and that appeals to his
Okay.
base, the more
Did
moderate
he say
voter.
that in the debates yesterday?
I know they were all asked about it, but he also said, he'll be cutting taxes for the middle class, kind of like what Trudeau did, but also appearing to base rate the more moderate wing of the party. Because you just can't give stuff to your more progressive wing of the party. You have to give some stuff to the more moderate to center right of your party as well. Make them, because if he doesn't, they'll be on him like, why are you just taking care of the progressive wing of the party? How about us? How about the center right voters? So I think he will do that.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that's exactly what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to basically put a stop to everything that's been said for the last 9 years constantly. Oh, we're creating too much debt. The liberal government doesn't know how to handle money. They're not fiscally responsible. So he's going to come in and show that the liberals can't do that. And then, hopefully we'll move into a more progressive future. But right now, it's about saving our country. It's about keeping our sovereignty. It's about having somebody that's good on the world stage. It's about somebody that's good at making deals, especially trade deals with like the EU. And he's got a lot of connections there. He's worked for the Bank of England. Um, I think he's just doing exactly what he needs to do right now to weather this storm.
Because I think if Carney just gives to the more progressive wing of his party, the center right wing of his party, like the more moderate wing, will say, Okay, obviously we like our colleagues who are more progressive in the party. How about our voters? How about Bay Street? How about the middle of the road voters? You can't.
Well,
You have to.
that's what I mean, right? It's he's working with strategy here. He has a good strategy. I think he knows what he's doing in that sense. Like for example, he doesn't want to bring up something like UBI right now, probably like in the debates like Karina did, just because
Oh
maybe that
God.
would turn away some of the conservative voters. But in the future, like he's been a big proponent of UBI. He's written about it. He knows what's up. He knows that we're going to end up losing a lot of jobs to AI and other kind of artificial intelligence that can take over a lot of human jobs. And he knows that the only way to keep the economy going is to be able to have people put money back in the economy. And if they're
I,
not making money because they
huh,
can't find jobs,
that
that they're going to need that supplemental income, right? Like he's not even doing it from a sense of like, I care about the people. He's doing it from a sense of like, this is good for the economy.
I think
But
Kearney.
it's
I
probably
think
going to be later on.
I think Kearney cares about people. He cares about this country. But
He does.
Kearney has been very very careful not to bring up UBI like Karina. Well, Karina Gold, we don't mean she's not winning. She's not front runner. Freeland can kind of bring it up. Carney can't.
I also
Carney,
hope they work together, by the way, the Lizard Queen. I think they will. I think they will.
like everybody, like the other three, they can bring up. Well, Freeland not as much. Carney, if he brings it up even once, conservatives can say this is a person who have told everybody that the Liberal Party is moving back to the center, and he's bringing up UBI. That's not like wow. Um,
I mean, he's a numbers guy, right? Like everything in his world is numbers. And right now, that's a good thing in
I,
my perspective. I know I might get a lot of hate for that, but he's not going to cut our public programs or anything like that. But he's good with numbers. That's his shtick, right? I mean, this is a Oxford and Harvard graduate with a PhD in economics. I
um,
mean, what better person for these trying times that we're in, where we have to all of a sudden switch our alliances?
I think what is UBI again? What is that again? I've heard of it. What is that?
UBI is universal basic
Oh,
income.
okay. Yeah. Now I know what you're talking. Like to give people a helping hand. Yeah. I think Carney has not mentioned that. Karina Gold has, and I think that's playing good with conservative voters who are more in the center, like me. Like, yeah, we can help people, but now's not the time to discuss unit basic
Well, I
income.
mean, like if you want to see a good breakdown, you can watch JB's TED Talk on UBI. He breaks it down as to how it can very much make sense economically, because giving that money to people is actually going to cut a lot of costs. And if we also cut a lot of the corporate welfare that we, do in this country, then that would also help with having that extra money to give to people. But again, I get it. It's not the time right now to necessarily bring it up because it scares conservatives a lot, right? Conservatives hear, oh, people getting free money, oh, so scary. But I think that over time they might come to understand it once it can be broken down better and it can be explained better.
I think Karina Gold, she can bring it up as much as she likes. Like, okay, you can bring it up. That will appeal to. She's not talking to the red Tories, blue liberal voters, moderate voters. She's talking to more progressives because remember, if you're a liberal leader, two provinces you need to win to make sure you're reelected: Quebec and Ontario. And Quebec and Ontario really don't want to hear about that right now. They want to hear about jobs, the economy, immigration, and that's where Mark Carney is doing great. He's not talking about controversial issues.
Yep, and that's what I mean. I think that's what we need right now is because unfortunately because of the massive amount of propaganda and BS that we've been dealing with for the last what it seems like over a decade, but specifically since COVID. We need somebody that's just going to kind of stay in the center, talk about the things that people want to hear. Everybody's obsessed with money and the economy right now, and who better to lead us through an economic hard time than a top economist
Yeah,
who's already helped us out before. He's helped us out in the housing crisis and the recession. He's helped England after they specifically did what he told them not to do, which was Brexit. Right? A lot of people blame him for apparently, bankrupting England, which is absolutely a bunch of baloney. But if you look at his resume, the dude has an absolutely amazing resume.
I think
It's the most stacked resume out of every single one of them.
with Carney, I think I think during the election, he will want a very. I think he'll try very hard not to bring up like some of the candidates like Karina Gold is saying. We should be proud of the last 9 years, like with dental care, farmer care. I think Mark Carney will try to stay away from it as much as he can.
I think he'll do the right things, but he won't necessarily like talk about them 24/7 because he
Yeah,
knows he knows how people use whatever he's going to say out loud against him. So he's got to be very smart in what he says out loud and then what kind of actions he takes and how he is going to work with our budget and everything else, right? So
yeah,
again, right, Nicolina's right? He's got to distance himself from the Liberal Party to seem brand new. And at the end of the day, he is brand new.
yeah,
He's very different. He's very different than Trudeau. And I'm somebody that didn't really have all these problems with Trudeau. Like I know he made some mistakes, but I look at it in terms of what did he actually accomplish? He accomplished 85% of the things that he said he was going to do. One of the shittiest things that I have against Trudeau is that we wanted electoral reform and he didn't give it to us. He said he would and then he didn't. But other than that, he's done a pretty good job. And I know that, people might hate me for saying that, but it is what it is. However, I think that Mark Carney is a totally different person and he's going to bring in his own people and he's got a completely different background. It's a completely different background.
I think Mark Carney could say, well, I know what it's like. I've lived in the real world. I wasn't born at 21st Sussex. Um, I wasn't around politicians from the day I was born. Um, Trying to say that, hey,
Oh shit, my bad.
ain't
It's okay.
nothing.
What's up, Tyson? Can I just have your age for TikTok purposes?
18.
18?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
'06.
Okay, cool. Thank you. What's up?
Yeah, I think for you to think that Trudeau's good after everything, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
What's after everything?
Seeing our immigration crisis, seeing the houses go up like crazy.
So, did you know that our immigration crisis is mostly due to the premiers that specifically asked for immigration and then turned around and blamed it on the federal government?
That's just not true.
It is, but okay.
The federal
Do you
government,
do you have proof? Do you have proof that that's not true?
it's not how it works either, bro. If you claim that something's the case, you got to prove it. I don't prove that you're wrong. You prove that you're right.
You're the one that brought up that it was the whole immigration thing was his fault.
You said the reason why we have an immigration crisis is because of the premiers.
All right, well, sure. I'll go online to see if I can find any proof for you.
Wait, are you from you're from Ottawa?
Nope.
Okay.
You guys can also talk to each other while I'm doing this by all means.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good.
Who you voting for?
I'm
You're not
voting.
sure, right?
Yeah, I am.
You're voting for the Liberals?
Yeah, I am. I'm voting for Bonnie Crombie in the Liberals.
Yeah.
Who are you voting for?
See, I'm not gonna lie, Doug Ford, I don't like him, but I can never vote Liberal, so I'd probably vote Conservative.
How about in
So
the
this is off immigration.ca. Premiers across Canada want Ottawa to up its immigration game and give the provinces and territories more of a say in both the recruitment of international students and other immigrants through the provincial nominee programs. That was back in 2022.
Okay, and these premiers that were like, wanting immigration to get boosted or whatever, were they Conservative premiers or Liberal premiers?
This was premiers from across the board, but it was a lot of conservative premiers, specifically Ontario. Doug
I
Ford.
promise. I promise you, it was probably like NDP or Liberal premiers, but
You do know that immigration's not a bad thing, right? The biggest problem with immigration is actually, again, it's provincial issues, right? It's provincial issues because housing crisis, healthcare issues, those were all big issues with especially conservative premiers that have been misspending federal funds. Like the problem with immigration was that we didn't have the infrastructure and the healthcare to be able to back up as many people that came in as they did. But even now, like in the last year, even the Liberal government before Mark Carney, before this whole thing, said that they're going to take a stance to kind of reduce immigration, make it a little bit harder to get in here. So, like, it's a problem that was acknowledged, and it's a problem that our federal government was working on.
okay. And who caused the problem?
It wasn't a problem that was necessarily like caused. It was premiers wanted more immigrants. The federal government said yes. We also had to take in a bunch of refugees, right? We had Ukraine, we had Palestine. A lot of refugees came here as well.
We had.
Hmm?
I said we had.
We have the space for it. Do you know how many empty buildings there are in Canada that nobody lives in? Like the biggest issue, if you really want to talk about immigration, the biggest issue comes down to healthcare and it comes down to housing. And those are provincial issues.
Yeah, if we had the space to though, like taking all these refugees, then why are housing prices so crazy right now, and why is everything so crazy right now? Obviously, we didn't have the space to because us taking all these immigrants caused the crisis.
Because of greedy landlords.
Bro,
because
even
we don't put caps.
I said even your guy, Justin Trudeau, he made like I swear I've seen a whole.
He's not my guy. Just FYI. I didn't even vote Liberal in our last federal election.
Okay, thank God.
Just FYI, I actually haven't voted Liberal in a really long time.
Thank God. Have you ever voted Conservative?
No.
Yikes.
Why would I vote Conservative?
Are you voting for?
Why would I vote for the party that is basically the business branch that gives to the corporations, which are gouging us, making our life harder, making the wealth inequality way bigger? Why would I vote for that?
You think Pierre is gonna make your life more harder than Mr. Jagny?
Yes, 110%. I think he's going to make my life way worse. He wants to cut public programs. He wants to give tax breaks to the rich. The dude has been endorsed by Elon Musk. Like he's in the pockets of billionaires. Why would I trust Pierre Poilievre, who uses slogans from the orange Cheeto Mussolini down south and tries to copy everything he does? Like that inspires no trust for me. None. Zero.
Okay, but would you agree with me that like billionaires, like you're successful, correct?
Sorry, you're a little bit quiet.
My bad. Billionaires are successful, correct?
Success doesn't equal hardworking or good people.
Would you
Most
say they're
billionaires
financially
get there on the backs of workers, on the backs of people that are at the bottom. That's
What
how
are you
billionaires
saying?
get there. They get there on corporate subsidies. They get there through shady business deals. A lot of them are not like hard workers necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just saying like
A lot of them are sneaky salespeople.
yeah. I'm just saying though, like if the richest people in the world, right? If the most successful people in the world are what's the word? Telling you to vote for Pierre? Endorsing, yeah, that's the word. If the most successful people are endorsing Pierre, that shows you that he's probably gonna have a successful impact on the economy. He's gonna because country at the end of the day it should be a business.
No, not at all. Do you think the United States economy is doing good right now? Since Trump took office, they are tanking. The only people who are benefiting are the top 1%, and everybody else is suffering.
I mean,
Dude, do we have a better net debt to GDP ratio than the United States. Way better.
Our economy is also.
Again, you're getting all quiet again.
Our economy is also doing shit.
It's not. It's not. That's what conservatives have been telling you, but it's not. Why do you think our economy is quote unquote doing shit?
Just you look at everything. It's just I don't know. It's more expensive.
But that's not the government's fault. That's the corporations that have been price gouging us.
Like you go to like you just cross the border to America, everything's cheaper, and then you cross into Canada.
Not anymore. Not anymore, dude. Not anymore. Look it up. Like seriously, I promise you, go look it up. Things are getting way more expensive in the United States.
Look, when you cross the border.
Also, we have a way higher minimum wage than they do. And if you bring up the whole like value of the dollar, when you actually count our free healthcare, we're doing much better than they are.
I don't know about that. America.
Their healthcare costs are insane.
Oh, when it comes to healthcare,
People get bankrupted. People get bankrupted for having to have emergency surgeries down there.
But yeah, when it comes to healthcare, absolutely, I agree with you on that. But I'm saying overall economy, America definitely has a more powerful, better economy than us. And
They have more people. Of course, they're going to have a bigger economy. They also have a bigger debt. They also have a bigger debt to GDP ratio. They're not as great as you think they are in any way, shape, or form. They have a lot of rich people, and then their wealth inequality gap is way bigger than ours. They don't take care of their people.
I just feel like if we had better policies, like our economy would be way better. If we just act simple things like carbon tax and just do simple things that people would.
Mark Carney is cutting the carbon tax. And by the way, the carbon tax in itself, again, you've been fed lies about that. It really did not impact us as much as people thought it did. It really didn't.
There's no way you believe that guy's kind of fishy. He was Trudeau's economic advisor. So.
He's not fishy. The dude also worked with the Conservatives back in 2007 and 2008 and got us out of the recession. Like he's not up until now he was not favoring one party or the other. He's worked with conservatives. He's worked with liberals.
No, but I'm not saying that he's fishy because he's favoring one party over another. I'm saying he's fishy because he's saying he's gonna axe the carbon tax, but was he not giving Trudeau economic advice? Like, if Trudeau was,
so what? That doesn't mean that Trudeau necessarily took his advice. An advisor does not create laws. An advisor does not create policy. They are just an advisor. That's it.
I just want to say something to you. Trudeau and Carney are very different. Carney is to Trudeau's right. He's closer to Pierre Poilievre politically when you think about it. When he is to so climate change, he is with Justin Trudeau 110%. When it comes to fiscal responsibility, he's more closer to Pierre Poilievre.
fair point, but I just don't think it's a very smart idea for someone to vote for Mark Carney if they don't like Trudeau, because Mark Carney was giving Justin Trudeau economic advice, right? So I don't know, it's a little bit...
Again, the dude was an advisor. He wasn't even an advisor for the full 9 years. He gave him little pieces of advice here and there, and Justin didn't take some of them. A lot of them he didn't take.
Because Carney gave Trudeau conservative advice as a more of a blue liberal. That's why. And Trudeau said, no, we're not doing that. This is my part. This is my party. The Liberal Party is my party, and we're moving further away. And now that Carney is running, and will more than likely be Liberal leader, he can say, okay, I can have the party in my image, moving more to the center or center right in my image, the way I want it.
Yeah, he's only started saying all that stuff.
I want to give Nicolina a chance to say hello. I just have to ask you how old you are for TikTok purposes.
36.
Damn.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Tyson, I really just want to talk to you about tomorrow's election because I'm scared for you to go out and vote with not enough information. So do you live at home or do you rent a house?
I'm 18, I live at home with my parents.
Okay, do you plan to ever move out?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to ever move out, I would advise you to not vote for Doug Ford because he has eliminated rent caps since 2018. And that's the reason we have tent city everywhere. That's the reason why our rent has skyrocketed, and you're not going to be in a better position when you decide to go and move out in 4 years.
Bro, if I'm being honest, when it comes to provincial elections, I don't really think, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, they don't matter to me as much as federal ones do. Like, I'm
But they
probably
should. They really
But they should
because
matter because
it's affecting your day to day more than the federal government gives money to the provinces to spend accordingly. The federal government isn't going in and deciding on specific, like how to spend money on your day to day life. That's the provincial and municipal governments. So your life is being affected. Things are getting more expensive around you because of the provinces and what they're doing. And if you can't get a house or rent, if you can't pay for healthcare because it's all private, if you break a bone and you can't, like, you're bankrupt and you haven't even gone to school yet. Like, these are the things that we're going to see in the next 4 years if you voted for Doug Ford. So I just highly advise, if you really do care about your future, to think differently about this.
I just want to go over one thing real quick on that, just so that, like, I don't know if Tyson knows, so I just want to read this out because you need to understand what the three branches of government are responsible for. And municipal governments have to do with fire protection, public transportation, snow removal, waste management, parks and green space maintenance, community planning, local bylaws, clean water and sewer systems. Provincial governments have everything to do with education, healthcare, social welfare, transportation and infrastructure, labor, property and civil rights, and housing. Federal government is citizenship and passports, criminal law, currency, federal taxes, fisheries, foreign affairs, indigenous lands and rights, and national defense. So most of your day-to-day things that you're going to be affected by have to do with your provincial government more than anything else.
And Tyson, Doug Ford did not spend $2.2 billion on healthcare that was given to him by the federal government to spend in our province. And instead, he's used our tax money and paid premiums for private healthcare.
What part of Ontario are you from? My bad.
Hamilton.
That explains everything. All right, keep going.
What would that explain?
Nothing. Keep going.
I lived in Toronto for 5 years. I worked in Toronto for 10 years. Where should I live?
So
what would be a
what does it explain that she lives in Hamilton? I don't understand what that has anything to do with anything.
Because Hamilton's primarily NDP and conservative, to be honest. It's not that strong of a liberal, like NDP's like our biggest stronghold, to be honest. But yeah.
Are you voting NDP?
I'm not voting NDP this election because my riding won't allow me to.
Oh, yikes.
But I definitely have, I've never voted PC because I know that everyone's future has been fucked over by it. And the last election, when I didn't vote for Doug Ford, I sat at my desk and cried. And the boss who owned the company I worked for was glorious and happy, but his business went out of business. So, he was super successful.
Yeah, and look. I know federal and provincial governments are different, but however, me seeing Justin Trudeau, the leader of the Liberal Party, I know not for long, Mark Carney's about to take over, and Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the NDP party, just seeing how terrible they are and like.
Dude, you're basing everything you're saying on feelings by the sense and kind of political misinformation. Because if you really knew what Justin Trudeau had done for our country, like really look deep into it and the policies that he's done some really good things for our country. He hasn't done the things that you are probably most affected by.
Justin Trudeau was terrible, and that's exactly why.
But why? Why was he terrible? What did he do? What did he do?
That's exactly why Jagmeet Singh is voting on confidence.
What?
No, Tyson.
Not how it works.
Tyson. Do you know what a non-confidence vote is?
Yeah.
What is it?
When you don't have confidence in the party or government.
It means so for 2 years, the Liberals, so for 2 years, so as everyone knows, I have decided to So I live at home. I like living at home. I've chosen not to get a job or go to a program right now, but that's besides the point. So for 2 years, Tyson, the Liberals and the NDP had a supply and confidence vote. And the NDP said, here are some things we want you to do. During our agreement, you need to be well behaved, Liberals. That means not doing what they like to do. So now that the NDP and the Liberal supply deal is over and all that, a lot of their things got passed. Jamit Singh and the NDP said, okay, when we get back to work in Ottawa, at the first opportunity, they will vote non-confidence to bring down the government. A non-confidence is more than likely not to happen because Mark Carney and the Liberals will more than likely call an election
If
themselves.
it doesn't happen, then Mr. Jagmeet's a liar because he said no matter
No,
He said that
Tyson,
only.
I
He said
did.
that only before Justin Trudeau was
No,
resigned. Like
no. He said he doesn't care about who the. I read the tweet with my 2 eyes. He said he
oh
doesn't care
man,
who
you
the
go to
party leader
X.
is.
That's where you're getting your information. That's why you're the way you are.
Tyson, I just
What do you mean?
Tyson, I
You don't
just
have X? I
explained
have
it to
X,
you.
TikTok. I have a bunch of social media platforms just because.
Tyson, what did you get in civics? Can I ask?
Wait, one sec. I got like a 80. I don't remember.
80. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't try because it's civics. But listen, what was I gonna say?
Tyson, I just explained it to you.
Like if I try, put it on Nadia. It's not that. What was I saying? Jagmeet, right? He literally said he doesn't care who the party leader is. He's voting non-confident. So if he doesn't do that, he's a liar.
No, Tyson. Mark Carney has said that he will more than likely call an election himself on his own terms.
And look, the other person I saw, the other girl, what was I gonna say? You didn't even take civics, so
Yeah, I did. I got 98.
cap.
My teacher was Mr. Fleming. Yes, I took
You took
civics.
civics in high school?
Yeah. How old do you think I
That
am?
is cap. You said you're 36. There's no civics. Back
I'm
in
not
your-
lying about me taking civics. We've had civics.
There was civics when I'm 37. We had civics in high school.
Why would I even ask you that if I didn't take civics? I wouldn't even know about it.
Tyson, you seem not to really understand how, that Jamit Singh, yeah, he said he would vote non-confidence regardless of who the new leader is, but we're more than likely not going back to the House of Commons because Carney has more than likely will call an election on its own terms.
Also, Tyson, I just want you to know I did my master's in disinformation and misinformation and the impact it has on Web 2.0 and war. And I'm just letting you know that my thesis 12 years ago predicted that these things would happen with Russia and with, not at the time, Trump, but this was something that I theorized on. And did I think we would get here? No, but X is not the place you should be if you really want to know real information about politics.
Wait, you're acting. My bad. But you're acting as if I'm only on X. I'm on, as you see,
No,
I'm on
I
TikTok
know,
right
I know
now.
you're probably not only on X, but being on X alone is definitely impacting your psychology and getting to you and giving you information that is going to, when you do see things that might be accurate, it will potentially make you feel like it's not.
Wait, but I didn't.
X is a brainwashing machine.
Wait, it's not a brain. Wait, hold up.
It is. X is a brainwashing machine. It is literally
It's one of the most
freest.
No,
Really?
it's
Is that
not.
why Musk shuts down accounts 24/7 that talk shit about him? Because it's so free?
Elon Musk is rich because he bought X and he was able to buy the presidential election.
What?
Yes. What do you? I've been in tech.
Ever say that
I want you to
silly
know
statement
as
again.
well. I've also been in tech for the last 10 years. I've been following Elon Musk for many, many years when Tesla was a piece of shit. So I'm well aware of what Elon Musk has been doing in order to not get criminal charges against him and why he needed to buy this presidential election.
Maybe you misspoke, but what came out of your mouth just now was Elon Musk is only rich because he bought Twitter. Before he bought Twitter, he was still rich.
No. He was still rich
He was
for sure.
actually
Did you
gonna
know?
go
Did
to
you know
jail.
how much money he lost on Twitter? He bought it for 44 billion. It's now worth 9.
Exactly. So if anything, he lost money. So I'm what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
Yeah,
and
he lost money because he bought it.
Yeah.
He didn't care. He bought it so that
he
he
knew he
can
had to
get
buy it.
influence.
Yeah, so he could get free
He
speech.
bought it for influence. He bought it in order to brainwash people.
He got it for free
Can I
speech.
Hi,
finish
Molly.
my
Sorry, I just want to ask before we start, how old are you? Are you over 18?
I'm 51.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. I just have to ask for TikTok purposes. That's all.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Uh,
Go ahead.
Tyson,
Yeah.
you think X is a normal social media, right?
Yes, but I feel like we're getting off topic. But keep going.
Okay. X come from the buyout of Elon Musk of Twitter and renaming it because he was forced to buy it because he made a purchase offer to block others from buying it, and he got trapped by the court. And since then, he's been destroying the social media to a propaganda media for the Nazi right. Yahtzee. Sorry, I don't know if we can say Nazi.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee? Okay. Yahtzee, right.
No,
It's not an information hub like it used to be. The former creator of X, who was Twitter, has created Blue Sky. You should try Blue Sky, and you would see the difference between information sharing of ideas, good content, and the lack of bot propaganda and personal attack and removal of people who are against support for fascists. Fascist is not does not exist on.
And that's why the EU is trying to ban X because of all the misinformation that's
The
there.
EU just
So,
against free. The EU just hold up. Let me just say this. Twitter has the most free. It's one of the platforms with the most free speech.
it doesn't though, because if I go on there and criticize Elon Musk, then I'll be blocked.
Well, one second.
So
let me-
how
let
is
me-
that free speech?
Let me finish. Let me just finish.
Listen.
You guys could. Let me just finish real quick. You guys could disagree with this fact, but I could
No,
go
it's
on
not
Twitter
a
right
fact,
now
Tyson.
and say Elon
It's not a
Musk is
fact.
I could
Tyson,
go on Twitter right now.
Twitter
and say
no
Elon
longer
Musk-
exists. Twitter no longer exists. Elon Musk took Twitter, a public company, regulated with people managing the content and everything, and he privatized it and renamed it X, and he kicked out every regulation for democracy and for good content and brought back fascist, Nazi, and attack bot.
on Twitter, you could say
So-
almost whatever you want without getting banned.
Twitter no longer exists, man. If you want the old
X, my
Twitter,
bad, my bad, X,
Twitter
X.
was, it's Blue Sky now.
Hold on, I want to ask Tyson something because I know you're young, so you might. What do you know about 1930s Germany? What do you know about Mustache Man's history? What do you know about how that all started?
Yeah.
Like I want to know what details you actually know. And please, if you do talk about him, call him Mustache Man and use the word Yahtzee, please, because otherwise
Bro, you
TikTok
want
doesn't
me to
like
be
that very
Rise
much.
to Power? How you rose? That's gonna be like an hour convo. Just ask me questions and I'll answer.
You can do bullet points.
Just ask me questions and I'll answer them. Like quiz me. I guess.
What was the core way that he was able to rise to power and get people to support him? There's one main method which he used in order to achieve this.
Force and falsehood.
He
Yeah,
got
also-
people to not believe.
Hold on, let's see if Tyson has an answer.
Okay.
Yeah, he used
Tyson, what's your answer?
He used many things. Obviously, rhetoric, falsehoods. He used many things. He said there's a main thing. Let me know the main thing.
Do you know the name of his propaganda? What would we call him?
Manifesto?
No, I know about the manifesto,
Oh,
but
okay.
like I'm talking about, does he know the name of the person that was really behind all the propaganda?
Oh.
Goebbels.
You just answered it for Tyson, dude.
Well, I don't think he knows.
He probably doesn't, but that's okay. That's kind of what I was trying to find out. So,
If he knew, he would have said
There's
it
nothing
already.
wrong with not knowing. It's just I think that it's important to understand what's happening right now, because it seems like your views have been clouded by just not
Wait.
knowing.
It seems like you guys said. Look, all I said that Jagmeet Singh made a tweet on Twitter saying that he doesn't care who the party leader is, he's voting on confidence, and then you guys started talking about.
Tyson,
No, I
You
think
guys
what
sidetracked
I'm
it like
referring to
crazy.
the whole
Hold on,
rhetoric
one at a time,
around-
one at a time, one at a time. Let's go Nicolina, and then we'll go Mooley, and then we'll go back to Tyson. Just so that we can hear each other.
Beyond X, beyond that, I'm just saying the information that you've so far shared around the conservatives and seem to be very pro-conservative, and the messaging that they're saying right now seems to all fall under a lot of propaganda and misinformation. So that's what we're trying to get to, is that there's a reason why you are feeling this way and falling for this, and it's because it's everywhere. It's not just on X. It's literally ingrained in our media sources, the Financial Post, the National Post, all the Toronto Sun, everything, Ottawa Sun. They're all owned by Post Media, which is a Republican-owned media. They are trying to influence our politics and fearmonger Canadians into thinking that their livelihoods and that our country is broken. And if you knew the natural resources that we actually have that could make our country it is one of the richest in the world. And the next 50 years in Canada as a sovereign nation has so much potential. But if we elect the wrong people who sell us to the United States of America, which they will, which that's why Pierre Poilievre refuses to tell anyone what his actual policies are, because he will just sell us to the United States. We will not have a country, and it's because of how wealthy we actually are, and the United States knows.
You want to bet?
What do you want to bet about?
You said he's going to give our country to the United States.
I didn't say he's going to give our country. I said he's going to sell our country. He's going to sell our country. We will not own anything, and then eventually it will. No, we won't have a need for a government. We'll just unite with the United States.
Yeah, I'd bet. You want to bet?
I don't want to bet because I don't want that to happen.
I wouldn't bet either.
Why do you think that wouldn't happen? They're in the pockets of these guys. And also, let's maybe remind ourselves what happened. I think it was 1938 when Germany took Austria. How did that happen, huh?
I don't know.
You remember how that happened?
I don't know why you're trying to compare Mustache Man with Pierre. It's kind of like insane.
I'm not actually comparing that. See, this is the thing. I'm comparing him to the leader of Austria at the time, not Mustache Man. I'm comparing Mustache Man to the Orange Cheeto Mussolini down south.
Yeah, we're about to be in The Sound of Music, man.
Yeah, but we're talking about the leaders of the parties in Canada, not Austria.
Yeah, she's comparing
we're
the political climate to that time in that country.
The reason why you're bringing that up is because you're trying to make some comparison to the topic that we're having. If not, then it's irrelevant what you're saying.
It is a comparison.
I am making a comparison to the topic because that's exactly the state that we're in. We're in the same political climate. We're in the same political climate that Austria was in when Germany was under Mustache Man.
So you're
and Austria disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Austria
exactly.
Yeah, and exactly. Got taken over by
Germany. And Germany, who got clean out, it became Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Well, it's no longer.
Can we please use Yahtzee, please, for TikTok purposes?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Tyson.
But that's exactly what happened. There was a conservative leader in Austria who basically bent the knee. I mean, he didn't want Mustache Man to completely take over, but he did. And there was so much propaganda that was spread in Austria that people welcomed him with open arms, like very much like the conservatives here that want to become the 51st state.
You're doing exactly. So you're doing exactly what I said that you were doing that you said you weren't doing. You're comparing Mustache Man to conservatives.
No, we're comparing.
I'm comparing Mustache Man to conservatives worldwide.
Exactly.
This is a far right extreme movement that's happening worldwide. It's happening in the States. It's happening here. It's happening in Germany. It's happening in Romania. It's happening in France. It's already happened in Italy. This is a rise of extremism all over the world right now. And people are fighting it.
Tyson, do you know what the idea?
Sorry?
What?
she's digging herself in a deeper hole. She said she's comparing Mustache Man to every single conservative, conservative
No,
worldwide. Conservative
Yeah,
no,
worldwide.
Tyson.
That's
Tyson, do
exactly
you
what
know?
she said. I quote. That's exactly what she said. Don't say no.
Tyson, do you know what the
I
IDU
did
is?
say that. I said I'm comparing it to the conservative movement
Exactly.
because that's what it is. I am comparing it to the
She did say
conservative
that.
movement because that's what it
Yep.
is.
She did
You
say
have
that.
Elon Musk that did a Yahtzee salute. Steve Bannon did a Yahtzee salute. What are you talking about? These are the guys that are now endorsing Pierre.
But Tyson doesn't think that, obviously. He obviously doesn't think that. So, Tyson, do you know what the IDU is?
No.
Okay, you may
Of
want
course
to
not.
look up the IDU because every single conservative party that is currently getting elected is part of that organization. They are all using the same tactics, the same messaging to push out all other parties in order to get
Exactly,
right-wing
Panda.
policies in every country around the world.
The ones that are the most radical are the liberals. Let's be real. With all their
Oh my
crazy
God, dude, no.
crazy
What?
LGBTQ and abortion policies, they're the most radical. But listen,
Radical in
all
what way? What are you talking about?
don't worry, I'll get to the
Yeah,
abortion policies.
explain.
The ones like abortion
Okay,
policies in
can you please
Canada.
not use hey.
people
Don't use
shooting.
that word because it's sensitive on TikTok. Please use AB instead.
Yes, ma'am. But look,
Thank you.
what was I saying? It kind of
You were saying that liberals are the most radical.
But all I said was there's a reason why Mr. Jagmeet says no matter who the party leader is, he's voting non-confidence. If he doesn't act
That dude, that's just called being a political leader, and he's got to stick with what he said before so that he doesn't look wishy-washy. That's all it is.
exactly, so he
Can I
disagrees.
answer that one? Can I answer that one, please?
He has no confidence
Yes,
in the
go
liberal
for it.
government that you have confidence in.
Please let Mooley speak. Thank
Okay.
you.
We live in a parliamentary Westminster-style government. We don't elect the prime minister. We elect deputy, and the party with the most deputy get to elect the prime minister. Okay? We are currently in a minority government. That means that if the guy in front of the liberals get their shit together, the liberals are gone, and we have an election, or they could ask the crown, because we are still in democratic Canada under the guidance of the king. They could ask to govern instead of the liberals, but in this moment in time, because the conservatives are fascist and terrorists and fucking fuckhead, they attacked the bloc, they attacked the NPD, they attacked the Green. Even though they are the opposition, they are not truly the opposition. They are just shitposter and gaslighter. So there was no way, no how that anyone on the opposition that would say, "Oh, let's go vote down Trudeau." Okay, all right, NPD played the card that was right for them. They are the third party in opposition. They said to the Liberal, "Look, we'll support you if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." Liberal said, "Okay." Except in most cases, we have two big provinces in Canada. We have Ontario with mostly Liberals and Conservative, and Quebec with the Bloc and a mix of almost all party. The
Yeah.
problem is, even though the NPD would have said, "Well, you broke two meaning of our demand, we're not going to go and support you," the Bloc would have stepped in because Pierre Poilievre dared the grapist fucking the trash of Yves Blanchette, okay, to follow him and kick out Trudeau. So you can blame the NPD all you want, but the NPD played their card. It's called politics.
All I'm gonna say is you went like I don't know. You guys are talking about grape now, mustache man. You guys are all over the place. All I
No, no,
said
no,
was
no,
there's
no.
a
I'm not
reason
talking
why.
about that. I'm not there.
There's a
I'm
reason
talking
why
about the federal
that
politics
Mr.
now.
Jagme doesn't have confidence in the Liberal Party.
So Jagmeet got elected in BC.
There's a reason why.
Jagmeet did a political play
Yeah.
for his own party
Oh, so
when
he did have. So
Trudeau
you're telling
when
me
Tru
he did have confidence. You're telling me, oh, he's just trying to move smart. All I'm saying is there's a reason why he doesn't have
Tyson,
confidence.
Tyson. If the liberals and the conservative hate the NPD, but when they need them in minority, they always go there. Why? If the liberals were so against NPD, they shouldn't have said, no, thanks, we're not
Yeah,
associating with
shit.
you. And like I said, it's a minority government. So the big boy in the opposition, aka the conservative at this time, should have gone to the second biggest, the bloc, and said, let's make a pact and kick out Trudeau and go seek the NPD and say, let's kick him out too. Or let's govern together in a fashion in making a plan what we want, piecemeal. We get everything we want and we govern for as long as we maintain our minority government.
Beaver, your guy, like you said, you're voting NDP. So your guy,
No, 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 no. Do you
he
know who
doesn't
I voted
support.
the
He doesn't
Tyson?
support
Do you know who
your
I
party,
voted the
the
most in my
Liberal.
life? I'm 51 years old. Okay, the most party I voted because I'm from Quebec.
Block.
I said Beaver.
Exactly, I voted Bloc because
I,
the other party didn't give a shit about Quebec.
I said Beaver.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
yeah. I think he was talking about me. He was talking about me voting for the NDP in the past.
You're voting for because you're saying,
So
oh, you have confidence in what the government does. The person you're voting for doesn't have confidence in the Liberal government.
again, I don't think you understand politics very well. This is about strategy. When I voted for NDP, a lot of the times that I voted NDP was to give them
Oh,
seats
so
in
he was just
parliament, not
lying for
because
one political
not
gain.
because I thought they were going to win, but because I wanted seats for the NDP so they can pull
thank
whatever
you.
party is in leadership more towards the progressive policies that I wanted to see take place in our country,
So
which is
Beaver,
exactly what happened under Trudeau.
So Beaver, you're telling me that Mr. Jaggy, sellout saying he was just some what's it called? He was just lying for political gain, for politics.
Tyson,
It, it's not
Tyson,
Putting
about that. It's
pressure. He
about
was putting pressure in
he
on.
was. I was just gonna say thank you.
Yeah, just it's just that's literally all of politics is they'll ask people to step down, they'll ask people to resign, they'll do this. It's only to benefit their own political party. And if the party is saying, you need to do this or else we're not going to be a viable party anymore, Jagmeet's in a corner. He has to say that, or else the party could have gotten they're on their way out of being a viable party, which is not good.
no.
So he had to do something.
Exactly. They were getting hate from a lot of people for supporting Trudeau, and it was mostly conservatives. And he wanted to save face and save his party. That's it. It's just political strategy.
Yeah. So then yeah, he was
And his main thing was that he would vote non-confidence, like if Trudeau, or he said he would vote it before Trudeau stepped down. And then I guess he said it again. I do recall that slightly, but I believe this is before all of the other, that was a while ago. This is not
But
recent.
even now, though, it's again, he's just trying to stick to what he said so
Yeah.
that he doesn't look wishy-washy. That's the only reason.
no,
No,
no. But you're
I
forgetting what
think
he said. He said he
the
doesn't care who the
NPD
new leader
are.
is. It doesn't matter who the new leader is. He has no confidence in the Liberal.
Okay.
The Liberal Party, so he's gonna vote non-confidence.
If that's what you think, if that's what it is,
You're
that's
just
fine.
gonna keep if you just want to keep repeating yourself, then you can
Right.
just keep repeating yourself. But it's not
Let me find
it's not a good debate point over here because it just shows that you don't understand political strategy. Like this is how you have to play politics. This is what you do as a party leader. It has nothing to do with necessarily him not having confidence in the Liberal Party. You do understand that they're all against each other. They're in a competition.
Tyson, what do you
They're
like
all
about Pierre?
trying to do things for their party to save their party and to get seats for their party. That's just politics, dude.
Can I ask you, Tyson, what you really like about Pierre and his politics and like what their policies are?
Yeah, let's go into that.
My bad. I'm trying to find.
What do you like about Pierre? Why are you voting for Pierre?
Well, I'm sure he likes the treason and buying from India, the buying from China, the lack of security first time
Clearance.
Yeah. Do you trust someone who doesn't have a security clearance to run our country?
My bad. I'm trying to find the tweet.
It's kind of fun. Is that what you said?
No, I said I'm trying to find the tweet. But what was the question?
Well, the original question was, what do you like about Pierre Poilievre and the conservative like policies?
Yeah, there's a lot of things, right? How he wants to axe the carbon tax.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Mark Carney wants to cut the carbon tax too. So what
Carbon
else?
tax
I don't
was
buy it.
created
I
by
don't buy it.
conservative too.
He already announced it. It's going to be gone April 1st. Like it's not
He's saying
a
that-
question.
He's saying that now, but honestly, I don't buy what he's saying.
Okay.
He's an economic advisor for.
We'll see April 1st.
But I'm just happy
Yeah,
that the
but-
conservatives are gonna win, bro, the election.
No, the conservative. are
What
not
do you hold on. Let's see what else. I want to know what Tyson likes about
Okay,
Pierre
yeah, I'll give you-
outside
I'll
of
give you
cutting the tax.
Okay, so axing the carbon tax, he also mentioned, I forget what the percentage was, right? But he said he's gonna like slash bureaucracy, or however you pronounce it, and he's like, provinces that build more homes, they're gonna get like a federal bonus.
That's provincial.
I think that's
That's provincial. I think what you're talking about, the fact that he said he wants to cut GST on new homes,
That too,
which
but that's
don't
not what
really
I'm
help,
talking
which don't help anybody but developers. They do
Yeah.
not help you.
That helps the 1%.
He said provinces that increase and speed up building homes, he's gonna give them a extra federal funding. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's
In
developers. He's giving
2025?
developers money.
In
Wait, if we have
2035,
more homes, that's gonna make housing more affordable.
no.
Ooh.
Nope.
No. That's
Yeah,
not
Who
Yeah,
wants to
yeah,
tackle
yeah,
this?
yeah.
One at a time, though. One at a time.
I worked in rental housing as well for a technology company. I can tell you right now that I worked with a lot of millionaires, multimillionaires, and they desperately want those cuts. And all it is because they do not want to spend money on the operating costs and not walk away with enough money. So right now they're not building because they don't see enough profit from their builds. They're not building because they can't build or it's not available to them. It's because they don't make multiple millions of dollars off of the build and they just don't want to do it. They're waiting. They're waiting for Pierre Poilievre to come in and give them a break. So
Also,
if we
at their
My
own
bad, but I
competition.
found the tweet. I have to read the tweet. So look, right, this is what
I
he said.
don't care about a
Justin
tweet.
Trudeau failed in the biggest job as prime minister, to work for the people, not the powerful. The NDP will vote to bring down the government and give Canadians a chance to vote for a government who will work for them. The Liberals don't deserve another chance. That's why the NDP will vote to bring this government down and give Canadians a chance to vote for a government who will work for them. That seems like someone that doesn't really like what Justin Trudeau was doing, doesn't really mess
wait, what's the
with party.
timestamp on that?
Yeah.
It was December.
Yeah, so before he Trudeau stepped down.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, that does matter.
Yes, it does.
In the tweet, he said the Liberals don't deserve another chance. It doesn't matter if Justin Trudeau steps down or if he doesn't step down. The Liberals
It's
don't deserve another
called
chance.
politics, dude. And if you like the if you like what the NDP said so much, why don't you vote for the NDP?
No, I'm just
He
saying
doesn't.
your own guy. You're going against your own guy.
Oh,
I don't. Okay, see, this is the thing that maybe conservatives don't understand. A lot of people do not hold politicians or political parties as like these gods and heroes that we blindly follow. Okay? I can have voted NDP in the past and not necessarily vote NDP again.
Yo,
Do you
wait, hold up,
understand?
hold up. He literally said, okay, I'm reading it. I'm actually on the tweet now. He literally says, no matter who is the leading Liberal party,
Tyson,
this
we
government's
don't
time
care
is up.
Who
what
cares?
Trudeau said.
which is
They
why
can
they
say
brought
whatever
someone.
they want.
But it's because,
You
but
know
that's
what's
why they
gonna
brought
happen?
Mark Carney in, because he was never part of the Liberal Party. He was not
Wait,
in the
did you hear what I
Liberal
said?
Party.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
What I say? What I say? No matter who the leading Liberal Party, no, wait,
Yes,
what?
I heard what
No
you
matter
said.
who is leading the Liberal Party, this government's time is up. So no matter who's leading it, whether it's Mark Carney, no
Okay,
matter who,
you're
this is
They're
using a
holding.
tweet. You're using a tweet from a party that you
Yeah,
don't even like to try and make a point. Like
yeah, it's called
you're not
supremacy.
making the point you think you're making. None of us care that that's what he
Tyson,
tweeted.
Tyson,
Like none of
Your
it's
own
called
guy.
politics. That's how you play politics, Tyson.
So you're saying that what he said, he was just lying for political gain? Because it's either a truthful
Tyson,
statement
no,
or it's an
Tyson,
untruthful statement.
Tyson. The
They
liberal,
are
the
competitors.
liberal
They're
promised an
competing.
election
So he
anyway.
was lying for political gain because he needed to compete. He was
No,
lying.
Tyson, where's the lie? He called for it on the House of Commons.
No, I'll tell
He
you where the
hasn't.
lie.
He hasn't had the
He
chance to
called
do any of
for it
this.
in the House of Commons.
Yeah, I'll tell you where the lie is, right? Because she's saying that.
No,
Oh,
Tyson, listen up. Listen up,
yes,
Tyson.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tyson, listen up.
Yes,
The
sir.
NPD and Jagmeet Singh said, we want a vote of no confidence. Trudeau said, we're going to stop the government right now because Trudeau stepped down and because there was problem with the attack with the United States. So the parliament got stopped. But the House of Commons proposition is in the book. Go to houseofcommons.ca, go to Jagmeet Singh next proposal. He did offer to put down the government, but the 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 House procedure blocked the vote on this because there was not enough support to continue. And since the government is Justin Trudeau, and you can go see the Governor General and say, well, we're going to stop the government for X, Y reason. And if the Governor General say yes, well, the Parliament is stopped.
So,
Okay?
but here is
Okay?
where the lie. What you said was wrong. I disagree with that. Listen.
I don't care if you disagree,
Okay,
man.
let me finish. Let me talk. This is where the
Yeah.
lie is. This is where the lie
There's
is.
no
right?
lying. There's
He's-
no lying.
he's
You
saying-
are the one who's lying. You are
I
the
guess.
one who's
You're
lying.
holding a lot of weight on a tweet that you don't understand the complexities around.
Ramification.
No, you're literally saying that Justin Trudeau is Jagmeet Singh's competitor. He's playing politics. So you're calling, in a way, you're calling Jagmeet Singh a liar. You're saying he didn't mean this. He just wanted political
No,
gain.
no,
and this is
no,
playing
we're
political
not.
politics.
He's a liar. You're the only one who's calling him a liar.
You're calling him a liar. I'm not
No,
calling him a
no
liar.
one's
I
calling
think-
him a
No,
liar.
you are.
I think he met this tweet and he doesn't have.
No,
He thinks that Justin
the
Trudeau has
truth
failed the
is-
people.
Okay.
Yes.
Dude,
Tyson,
your entire argument is based on a tweet.
Okay,
X
let's
and
do this
tweet
step by
is
step.
not government.
So why don't we go back to
and
like let's
please
actually
let
talk
me
about
finish.
policy. Why don't we go back to what we were talking about earlier with
okay.
with Pierre's policies? Because
No, Beaver,
at the end of the day,
honestly-
we're just going in circles talking about
Okay,
a
final
tweet
thing,
that you
final
just keep
thing.
repeating over and over again.
Wait 1 second. I gotta say this one last thing. Look. Maybe this is gonna clear it up. Do you think Justin Trudeau has failed one of the biggest jobs, right? Being
No.
prime minister.
No.
No.
Okay, 1 sec. Okay, now let me say the second thing. Do you think Jagmeet Singh is a truthful person?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now third thing. When Jagmeet Singh said in his letter, Justin Trudeau has failed the biggest job, being prime minister, was this a truthful statement?
Yes.
Okay, so your guy disagrees with you. Boom. That was my
No.
Okay, we're allowed to
No,
disagree.
It's
Of
you,
course.
It's you who doesn't understand the
If he
point.
wants to think that he's
Your guy
not
disagrees
he's
with you.
failed,
That's
then
my
he
point.
can disagree with it, that he
Okay.
can say he's failed. We don't have to.
Yeah, your guy disagrees
fo-
with you. That was my original point. Now we can move on.
No, because context matters, right? If Jagmeet was saying you failed the biggest job, was the biggest job to get people to support him,
He
or
said
was the
prime
biggest job
minister.
to do what he promised to do? Because he went through with 85 to 90% of everything he promised.
No, it's more 61 to 71. Yeah.
Sure.
Their website that account. He tried and started a lot of things, but they got bogged down on the budget and budget getting the fund.
We're also in a minority government, so most minority governments have a really hard time doing a lot of things because they don't get the confidence of the whole.
He did a better job than Harper. He did a much better job than Harper.
Yes.
I mean, you could say that, but you saying that doesn't make it true.
No, it's a
No,
fact.
it's a fact.
Yeah, but
Tyson, I think you're a little too young to really fully
The
grasp
economy is
the
better
politics
under
happening
Trudeau.
right now.
There's more
Twice as
jobs.
young, but
There's more
twice as wise.
healthcare. There's more everything.
But yeah, so my original point was your guy disagrees with you, and that point was true. Now that
No, my guy. Do you know who my guy is? It's myself. I can choose whoever I want in any election.
When I say your guy, I'm saying the person you're voting for. Like
No. You don't know who I'm gonna vote for.
well, she told me she was voting for NDP. So
No, I'm
I
talking about
said I
myself.
voted for NDP in the past.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
didn't say she was
said.
voting.
I did not say I'm voting for NDP this time.
He doesn't even have an NPD candidate, I think, in a riding.
okay, well, if you don't like Jagmeet Singh and you're not gonna vote for him, then your guy doesn't agree with you. But if you voted for that guy and
No.
What are you
You're
talking about,
making a
Tyson?
straw man argument. You're reaching for things that are false. You want Trudeau gone? Trudeau is gone. Trudeau is no longer going to be prime minister, but he may be a deputy for a long
It's not
time.
that I want Trudeau gone. I want the Liberal Party to stop destroying Canada and failing.
They're not. though,
How are
Tyson.
they destroyed? How did they destroy Canada?
I think we can agree.
No,
that
hold on. Let's. How did they destroy Canada?
We've been over this. Like now
No.
Don't, not really.
No,
Now
you're
you're
just
bringing-
talking about eating NPD and lying
So,
about
who are you guys
Johnny-
voting for this year? I'm voting for Green Party.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll
That's
cool.
what I vote.
That's cool.
I'm voting for Green Party.
That's great.
Yeah. Go Green Party.
Go Green
Your
Party.
vote, your vote.
I think in 10, 15 years, we're going to have Green Party closer to the top than we have at right
Oh,
now.
yes. Go Green Party.
This guy's
Sorry?
Is
trolling.
that all he's going to say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Vancouver, BC. There you go. Something else.
All right, but let's. I wanna see why Tyson thinks that Canada's broken.
Because he's got fed propaganda.
I know, but I want him to say it.
Okay,
let's
okay,
let
okay,
him.
so-
Let's see what he says.
So I'm looking at okay. I'm gonna tell you exactly how he broke it.
Please
right?
don't look at a tweet, please.
No. I'm gonna tell you exactly
Don't go
how
on
he broke.
X.
Can I finish? I'm gonna tell you exactly how he destroyed.
Sure, go ahead.
Right? And I'm gonna point out to someone I actually agree with. His name is Jagmeet. This is how Jagmeet agrees with me on this.
Let
He
me
said
know that guy.
No.
He can't fix
No,
healthcare.
no.
He can't build homes. You can afford.
Dude, can
not
you tell us
responsible.
why Canada's broken without mentioning Jagmeet?
Jimmy
Just
don't
No.
want
these
everything.
arguments that I agree with.
No. You're lying about Jack Meat and
Bro,
you're
I
putting
wish
on-
I could turn my camera
you're
on. Go
putting
Facing
on
Go Green Party.
December 10th, December 10th, 2024. Just search up Jagmeet Singh, December 10th, 2024. Maybe you'll find something.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why? Because once again, you're just referencing a tweet with limited context and literally politics
a lie.
is all it is.
Limited
It's a
context.
lie
You could read the
with
whole tweet there. You
out
could
of
read-
context.
Oh my God, this is
Here we
hopeless.
go.
I'm gonna be honest.
Just
Tyson,
tell
in
us
15 years,
how
when
you
have
think.
kids, you're going to change your mind on everything you're saying right now.
I promise you I won't.
Just tell us why you think Canada's broken without mentioning any political leader. Just like policy, we're talking about policy here.
Say your facts.
What?
Why are you telling me how to
Come
run?
on.
Just
Come on.
why is Canada broken? What are the stats behind it? What are you looking at? What is broken about it?
Yeah, and I'm telling you that I agree on what Jagmeet said. Like, I don't see your problem with me mentioning that.
Tyson,
That's
we
not
don't.
a-
Say your
Because
facts.
you're
Probably
just
no
quoting
politics
somebody
leaders.
else. Like, I want to hear your
saying
So you
own
don't have an
mental
independent thought.
processes.
You don't have an
I
I
independent
want to hear
thought.
your own
You got
independent
your
thoughts,
opinion.
dude.
Your own ideas. No politicians. Come on, say your ideas.
No, but there's nothing wrong with me agreeing with somebody and saying I agree with
Yes.
them. He broke
No.
Canada. in
Yes,
this
you
way.
agree with a
Oh,
lie.
boy.
You make up a lie and you agree with a lie and you pitch it on Jagmeet Singh. We don't care about
It's
Jagmeet
online.
Singh.
You could look at the
Leave
tweet.
Jagmeet Singh alone.
Dude,
Don't
your
say the party
entire
leader.
argument for the last 45 minutes has been a tweet. If
And the
you were
lie,
in a debate competition right now, you would be losing very badly. So I'm giving you a chance to use your own brain and your own thoughts.
Bingo,
Okay, I
sister.
don't care about Jagmeet and what he said. None of us here
we
care. We
don't
want to
care
know
about
what
PP.
you
We
think.
don't
We
care
want to
about
know
Trudeau.
what
We don't care
you
about
think.
Green.
Preach it.
Yeah, but I'm saying when it comes to this issue, I think the same as Jagmeet. That's what I'm
Stop.
saying.
Oh
There's
boy.
nothing
But
wrong with me
why?
coming.
But
You're a
why?
fucking broken record. You
There's
cannot say
nothing
why
wrong.
Canada is broken because
There's
you're
nothing wrong. Let me
repeating
finish. There's
lies.
nothing wrong with me coming to an agreement with somebody on a certain type of issue. I
But
could
you're
say
not
I
coming
agree.
to an agreement as to
You're not.
why.
I
Say
could
your own
say
facts. Don't say any politician leader. Say your own facts.
I could say that I came into agreement with this person on this issue. You saying
No.
no, don't mention this person, just make up your own. But that I don't know why you're gonna tell me to argue like that. If I want to argue in agreement
You're
with
not
somebody, I can
arguing
argue in
anything.
agreement with somebody.
You
How about you
just
You're
vote
not
for Trudeau?
arguing, though. You're just citing someone else's opinion.
lies. It's lies.
No, she was when I
Period.
said that, she's like, no, don't bring up Jagmeet. Bring up something else.
Yeah, because we want to
No, because
understand
it's a
your own thoughts.
lie.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
My thoughts are
Give
the
me a
same
sec.
as Jagmeet.
Okay, cool. You agree with him. What do you agree with him on?
That he can't build homes we could afford.
Okay, so housing, right?
Yeah.
Canada's broken because there's housing issues, which have everything to do with provincial governments and premiers, not the federal government. So again,
Yeah.
how is that? How did the Liberals, how did the federal government break our country by having housing issues that are not their responsibility because they're responsibility of the premiers?
For sure, right?
Okay,
So the
can I ask a
reason,
question? A quick
Hold
question.
on. I want to let him
What is
answer that, and then we'll go to you.
creating? Canada currently.
All right, he's going to take a phone call.
Yeah.
yeah, my bad. I got.
I just want to.
Like I was saying, the reason why I agree with the Jagmeet when he says Trudeau's the reason for the housing problem is for plenty of reasons, right? As I told you before, the immigration problem that even Trudeau owned up to.
There is no immigration problem in Canada. We occupy 17% of the land. So do the reverse map. The reverse map. There is 87% places of Canada to build and materials to build. So there's no
And there's
immigration problem.
there's a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
no
empty
country
units as well,
population.
Tyson.
Bingo.
There's empty units everywhere because landlords have bought up properties and they are just keeping them empty because they don't want to deal with tenants. And they just want home appreciation and rental
Yep.
and don't care about making a rent, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to build more affordable place because it create competition and would lower what is already exists that they bought.
Yeah. A lot of boomers are relying on the housing market as well. I wouldn't even say boomers anymore. It's probably even closer to Gen X's now are relying on the housing market for the retirement.
But Justin Trudeau did mention how his government did have problems with immigration and how he wasn't able to balance labor needs with population growth.
Trudeau has no idea what he's doing for Canada. Screw him.
Pardon?
Screw Trudeau. He has no idea what he's doing for Canada. Fuck him.
Yeah, we can. Hey, we agree on something? Let's kick out the liberals and the conservative. They are the two parties that ran the country into a fighting and division for stupidity. They had 150 years of sharing liberals, conservative, liberals, conservative, liberal, conservative, liberal, conservative. Let's put something new in place.
I'm okay with that.
What would you do?
But
Hang on. What would you do for Canada? If we vote for you, what would you do?
What would I do for Canada?
Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes, what would you do?
You wouldn't like my answer.
Come on, you're on the spot. Come on, let's hear it.
Okay, I'm on the spot. Okay, a little bit of history. Quebec created democratic Canada from the dominion of Canada after World War II, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the maritime were creating their own country But Quebec, since they had ties with the Maritimes and Ontario due to their dominion, and they were talking with each other because it was Montreal was the center of money of Canada at the time. Okay,
Correct.
they decided, let's make a bigger pie and go see the Queen, and we'll have our own country together, a bilingual country too. Okay, you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
For 150 years, we've been fighting over language issue, over color of skins, over religious things that should have been made illegal. You know, religion should not be in government, even though Quebec owned the flag from Duplessis is a cross, a white cross with blue squares. Okay?
Yep.
At this moment in time in 2025, we have reached a point where it is time to acknowledge that maybe Canada was a good idea, is a good country, the people are good, but like in a loveless marriage, we don't stay together because we are toxic between us. Okay? And it's time for Quebec to take back what it bought, what it owns, and be independent. And Canada, if they want to continue to be Canada, continue to be Canada on their side.
Yep.
That makes me sad.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a province away from you, and I love Quebec. So I don't.
Well,
I just
well,
never.
Ontario?
I've just never wanted you guys to separate. To be honest.
Agreed.
You see the problems here. We're not separating. We're not a couple.
No, I get that. I
No,
just
you
feel
don't.
like
No,
I
you
feel like
don't.
the cultural separation, being like Quebec is a part of being a Quebecer, and our bilingualism and all of that. Like, yeah, I won the French award in grade 8. Like, I really appreciate all of that, and how I was, raised to
We love
appreciate
you
the
too.
French,
We love
the
you
French
too.
Canadian culture, and I just feel like
Me
being
too.
not a part of it would
We love you
would just
too.
be upsetting.
We're toxic together. We're toxic together. We have people fighting in the street over language.
See, I don't get that.
In
I
Me
don't get
neither.
that.
2025, we have people fighting over language. And in Quebec, 80% of Quebecers are French speaking.
And I have no problem with that. I don't know why people are fighting about it, to be honest.
No, we're
It's all
not
child's
fighting.
play.
We're discussing. Look, if Canada had been built properly, the First Nation language, the Innu language, and the English language and the French language would all be recognized as official language of
Agreed.
Canada,
Yep.
and
Yep.
English and French as the official communication in all of Canada. All of Canada.
Yep.
Especially in 2025, where you can take a Samsung S25 and have it translated in French and English. Google Translate, do you know that? Even as a Quebecer version now. They
Yeah.
translate not in French, they
Come on,
translate
I'm
in
listening.
Quebecer. Okay?
Yep.
I just an anecdote, but my mom wanted me to go to French immersion school from where I'm from, and
went for immersion.
they wouldn't let me go to French immersion school because I didn't have a French speaking person in my household
Yeah.
because I'm a first generation Italian Canadian.
Me neither.
So
Well,
it was like
I can't see that the Quebec and independentist French, but because of unilinguist in French,
I mean,
they're passing law on both sides to stop the other from learning a
Right.
language. Language is a key; it's a universal key. You know, why would I not know chocolat is chocolate? Ooh, we're gonna
Chocolat,
create
yeah.
a war about chocolate and chocolate. And in the where they created chocolate in Africa, they have another name. there was a company who imported free non-slavery chocolate and used the proper name in their paper to display the name of chocolate. They got sued and closed down because the dumb Institut Saint-Jean-Baptiste, because
Steve,
they were not respecting loi 101 over French.
Yeah, I that's upsetting.
Someone
Oui.
could translate it, you know. Someone could have translated for free,
Steve,
but they preferred to sue them for 250,000, and a small company 250,000. It's okay. Fuck off. I'm going to do something else or move.
I think I'm just trying to say that I personally do wish that the French language was more prevalent across
oui.
Canada. I have no problem learning it more. I have no problem adopting it, and I have no problem
It's not.
conforming to all the signs and everything in Quebec, and maybe
Oh,
getting lost a few times, but like not a big deal.
It should be a second language in Canada, in my opinion. French
Is it
Canadian.
not?
Yeah.
Is it not a second? Is it not
No.
considered?
It
Canada
is, but if we're gonna be really honest, it's weak.
But
Like most people leave high school knowing how to say "je m'appelle" and au
m'appelle.
revoir.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
well,
It's
that's
weak.
not
It's a weak French education in the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
agree.
Canada.
I
Let's be brutally honest about that.
Yes.
There's only one bilingual province in 150 years, and I guess you're not gonna guess the name of the right province. Who do you
Sorry.
think is bilingual in all of Canada? There is only one province.
And what
Sorry.
I
I don't know what the
I didn't
question
catch
was.
the question. Yeah.
Guess who's the only province in Canada who's bilingual officially?
Oh, bilingual officially. Quebec?
Province.
Quebec.
BC.
You're all
Quebec.
wrong. No, Quebec is French.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if that was
New
what you were
Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick would have
Brunswick.
been my.
Only province officially in Canada
New Brunswick.
who is bilingual.
Is it New Brunswick?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's fucked up. Quebec should have led with, we have Montreal Canadians. We had a great entrepreneur in English. Why the fuck will we not respect them?
I mean, hey,
Unfortunately-
I agree with you. I would have absolutely loved it if this entire country was bilingual. I think that would be amazing.
100%.
I do.
We'll all come together.
We can do. You don't have to go anywhere. We can all just start learning French a lot better.
We're strong and free.
And I really don't understand the issue with the English and the Quebec. Like I don't get that dynamic at
Because
all.
it's culturally too. We're talking about how the conservative are they're living in their own propaganda bubble. The West and the rest of the country, they see Quebec as a leech.
I don't see that.
Well, because you're educated, because you want to learn, because you're a person.
I try to be. I definitely don't see that at all. I mean,
You don't see the Alberta.
Oh, I see that. Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
To ban French
And
entirely.
French.
Yeah, Daniel Spitt is doing something so stupid and special because technically the Alsama, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba are all Quebec property purchase of the passport of time to reach BC, who Quebec paid the debt to join the Canadian Confederation and make it bigger. Okay, they are province in geopolitical sense, but they are not province with full provincial right under the Constitution of Canada because they didn't even exist or was even purchased at the time of Democratic Canada creation. Okay, so Daniel Smith, who wants power just to
Yeah.
destroy,
yeah.
is trying to copy Quebec, but
Right.
Democratic Canada.
Daniel Smith. Who's that again? What party?
Sorry,
Who's Daniel Smith? Who's that?
Daniel Smith is the Prime Minister of Alberta.
CPU or whatever, or C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, UBC. Sorry.
Oh, UBC.
1 second. Or whatever, or C.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, David. Hold on, we
Welcome,
got
David.
somebody new on the
You
I
see-
panel.
wanted in.
Hello?
Hold on. Hello, David. Hold on, we got somebody new on the
What the
panel.
hell?
We got some really bad echo there coming from you, David.
What incarnations?
We got some really bad echo there coming from you, David.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, why don't I'll remove
Just
you and
mute
then you
there.
can rejoin.
Let's
Try that again.
again. Round 2.
Yeah, I mean Danielle Smith is an absolute nightmare. I feel like
Trash.
Tyson would love her. But
No,
Mike Tyson.
he would vote for her, but I don't think he would love her.
well,
You know,
Let's try this again. David, let's see.
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Welcome.
Where's the front thing?
Welcome.
Where's the French guy?
The French guy?
Hold on. Can I ask you for your age first, just for TikTok purposes?
21.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Oh, I'm 27. I didn't know that about that. I'm 27. I didn't know that part.
Didn't ask.
Oh, I've actually, I think I've seen you on a live before. I already knew you were of age.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I've seen you pop into a bunch of the late night lives.
I've been around the block.
Yeah.
Hells yes.
All right, David, what's up?
Where's the French guy, man?
really?
There he
That's
is.
me.
Do.
It's a French guy.
Where is he?
I'm not a French guy. I'm a Quebecer.
Quebecer.
Quebecer. Are
You
you?
know
Are
what
you?
I am exactly? I'm Democratic Canada owner, Quebec founder, and greatest defender.
Are you a Quebecer that believes Quebec should be its own country?
Yeah, that's what he said.
No, I
Yeah.
don't believe it to be its own country. I believe Quebec should be independent.
Yeah,
David,
independent.
who are you voting for,
Should be
David?
its own country, right?
Yeah, independence lead to country.
Okay, like do you know, like economically, like how bad that would be for Quebec if that were to happen?
David. Quebec has existed 450 years before it created Democratic Canada.
Okay, maybe before 450 years ago when there was extreme
David,
amount less people.
David. We don't care about money in Quebec.
Okay, you might not care about money, but like
No.
there's probably other people in Quebec
we
that
don't
do.
care about money in Quebec. We just paid 2/3 of the entire Quebec budget to a fictitious foreign company who has empty shell.
Okay, if you were to become your own country, you would still have to pay the debt owed to Canada, and then you'd have
Bingo.
to create a new
David,
central
David,
bank and your own
David,
currency.
David. Okay? You want me to take all of Canada debt?
You go, Canada. Good luck on that one.
All of Canada debt when to have Quebec be independent?
Pardon?
I'm not talking just Quebec share. I'm talking about all of Canada's debt currently right now, points up, name the number, totally.
I don't know the number totally. I'm just saying if Quebec
Okay,
were to be independent, you'd have
give
like
your big number. David, give your big number.
what?
Give your big debt number.
Big number.
Make one up.
The
have
debt.
to
The debt.
search
What
it
is the
up.
debt?
Let me search it up. Hold up.
Right now, I think it's 1.3 trillion for the whole country.
Yeah.
For one
For
point,
Canada?
That's not that bad.
No, it's not.
That's actually
No,
not that bad, especially after what we went through with COVID. That's really not that bad.
Yeah, we
and
don't
our
talk about
net to DGP ratio is really not that bad either. Like it's actually one of the best in the G7. So we're not doing that bad.
Hope it was just a nightmare. Never happened.
David, let me finish. So for 1.8 trillion, okay, you would be okay if Quebec became independent?
Oh, he's gone.
Are you
He's
are you trying to say like you want to take?
Hold up.
Sorry, Mooley, are you trying to say that Quebec would be able to take Canada's full debt and still be independent? Like I'm just trying to figure out exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm
Sorry,
saying
I
they
just wanted to
wouldn't.
see what you were
They
saying there. I
wouldn't
just
be
wanted to
able.
clarify.
Personally, The only thing is, I would not take the debt repaid in one day. I would take a payment plan to repay the 1.8 trillion. That would not be based on interest. There would not be interest after that. The amount would be
That's
1.8
not what I'm
trillion
saying. I'm not
to be
talking about all
repaid
Canada's debt. I'm
over a
talking about,
percentage of GDP of Quebec over many years.
bro, do you know how much debt Quebec is in? It's like 200 million. So I just
Zero.
searched it up. You think Quebec can pay
Quebec has
that?
zero debt. Do you know how debt works?
I know how debt works. I
We
study
all do.
Well, I
economics in
don't think
school.
you
Do
don't.
you know how debt
I
works?
don't think you do. Do you know how Elon Musk is the richest man?
Elon Musk
Do I
is
know?
corrupted.
What about Elon Musk? I'm not talking about the United States right now, bro. We're
Elon
talking about
Musk is
Canada.
the richest man because he create value in company, and in order to get the
Bro, that has
300.
nothing to do with what I'm saying. I don't want to talk about
Yes,
Elon Musk. I want
listen
to
to
talk
me.
about Quebec. I don't want to talk about Elon Musk. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
But listen, I'm talking about debt.
Yeah, you're talking about Elon Musk, bro, and how he's the richest
Yes,
man in the
he's the
world. I'm
biggest
talking
in debt.
about how
Elon
Quebec is
Musk
in
is the biggest debtor
44%
in the
GDP
world.
debt. They owe about 200 million. I'm telling you, do you
Okay,
think
200
Quebec would
million.
be able to pay that off and create a new central bank system and a new currency and create
Yeah.
jobs and still keep it diverse for their people? Because
For
not
what
everyone in
people?
Quebec is also French. There's 50% of people in Quebec that
You're telling
are
me there's
Canadian
Yeah.
and
some
speak English.
alien who landed in Quebec? Alien from Mars, alien from Pluto, alien from another galaxy, alien from
Something
another
from the moon.
universe?
Because like bro, I gotta be honest with you too. Part of my reason why I chose to like pick you out is I just went to Quebec recently,
Okay.
and like I really don't like the way they act towards English people, English speaking people who are also
No.
Canadian.
How did they
You
act?
know
Never been there.
how they act with English people?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
They're
really like
so
it at all.
bad and so mean that we have the three best universities in Canada funded by Quebec who are English. Wow! What an apartheid and attack on the English people.
David, how did he treat people that speak English? How did he do it? I've never been there.
Bro, bad. I was doing a connecting flight to the States.
How'd that
And
go?
Oh, a
And I
connecting
asked this,
flight
I
like
asked,
idea.
bro, I asked the security guard, like, where to go. I'm like, oh shit, like, am I going left or right? Like, I have to go on like
Yeah.
a connecting lane. I'm purposely speaking English, and he could speak English. Like, I know he can because I heard him speak English when I
Yeah.
was walking, and he's speaking to me in French. I had to ask him 3 times, yo, I speak English. Then he spoke English, yelled at me where to go, and then I heard him in French say to his buddy, that fucking English bastard.
Oh.
So
I was in Montreal
So
it's a
what?
private,
in May
it's
of
a
last
private
year.
company. Did
Hold
you
on,
make?
can we let Nicolina speak, please?
Come on, Nick. What's you gotta say?
Well, I was just gonna say I was in Montreal in May of last year, and I will I will say that that there are certain things that they do that are definitely not favorable towards English speaking people. But I do think that we have to be aware that if you go and travel to places that don't speak English and that's not their primary language, like I was in France 2 years ago, they treated me the same way. So it wasn't like I'm just saying, like you're
Yeah, but yo, like,
you've got to be aware of
France
where
is its
you
own
are.
country.
Can I
Quebec is a
answer?
I'm aware
city
of that,
in Canada,
but
bro. Like,
Quebec
they
also
use
wanted
so
to be
many
its
of
own country,
like
and
our
we made them
benefits.
stay.
Yep, we did. Power to
David,
BC.
no, you did not. Let me say something, David. Okay, as a Quebecer, I apologize for a unilinguist, stupid guy from security that you choose to ask for information instead of going to the information desk. Also, if you want to put a complaint, do you have the name of the guy and the airport and the time so we can remove that asshole from that airport? Because it's an international airport. He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't work there. He should have been fired for doing that crap. And I apologize for that crappy guy. Do
It's
you
okay,
accept my
man.
apology for Quebec?
I'm low key half French, so I really shouldn't hate, but I do.
No,
Well,
but
I
it's
mean,
not.
So
It's
very
called freedom of
Canadian.
speech.
I mean,
All
in
right,
all
let's
honesty,
get into a more.
these are
Let's get
quite
into a
like
better
little
topic.
things. Yeah, these are like very little things. I mean, I know that they might seem like they're a big deal, but
No, I know
I
that.
can kind of, I mean, I understand Quebecers.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
would actually, before I go to Quebec, I'd really want to brush up on my French so that I can try speaking French as much as possible when I'm
Yeah,
there.
like
I
I feel
wouldn't. I'm in
embarrassed.
Out
Canada.
of
I want to speak
out of
English.
respect.
No, I'm in Canada. I want to speak English.
But that's just me, right? Like when I go
Yeah.
home to my own country, everybody there speaks English, but I'm still going to speak my native language when I go there, out of
For
respect.
me, Quebec is part of
I'm
Canada.
French.
Canada, the main language is English, so I
But
just
but
pick
No,
up
Quebec,
Canada's
it's
Quebec.
not
not.
French
But
and
It's
English,
French.
though.
Canada's
Visit,
bilingual.
visit.
It's been
Yeah, but
always
Canada
been
is
bilingual.
bilingual,
what's
and
the first
Canada
language
was
in Canada?
British French first.
French was first,
Democratic
David.
That's
Canada
Okay, but
debatable.
what is it right now?
French was
French
first.
first.
What
It
is it
doesn't
right now?
matter.
It's both.
It
Right
doesn't
now, it's the
doesn't
same.
matter.
Okay, I'm
What is
sorry.
the what is
It's
the
Debatable.
what is the
2025. Do we
first
not
language
all
spoken in
have
Canada?
translators right now? Do we
Hold on. I
not?
want to
No.
let Lilith. Hold on. I want to let Lilith speak because
It
she
is
just came up on the panel.
2025.
Just really quickly though, I have to get your age just for TikTok
Uh,
purposes, and then you can go ahead.
Fudge. I'm 34, 35. What year is it right now?
Cool.
25?
Thank you.
I'll be
That's
35
okay.
this year.
You're over 18. We're good.
Okay, you're
You
fine.
said 30 something. That's all I care about.
Okay,
Go
okay.
ahead.
I'm sorry, it's 2025 though. We all have translators on our phones.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
automatic translators, AI translators. Why is this a problem?
think that
Respect
being-
the culture, respect the people.
Yeah, I think being rigid
No,
about
no.
saying I want to
Bro,
speak this language and
it's
I'm
not
not going
about
to
it's not about
conform.
disrespecting their culture. It's about
Yes, it's
that
about
1/5 of the population in Canada speaks French, while the
No.
other 85% speak
Two-thirds
English.
there.
Why would I want to speak
So
French?
so what though? You're going
I get
to a
that.
French province.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
respect the places
I'm
you
going
friend.
to a
You're
travel
going.
province
to.
in
Okay, so
Canada,
take
bro.
it. So hold on. Okay, hold on. What if hypothetical, just pure hypothetical? What if Quebec did become its own country, right? And then you just went there to
Yeah.
visit because it's a nice place to take a vacation. Would you feel differently about it, or would you feel the same way?
If
Both.
they became its own country, I wouldn't go visit them personally. But
Okay.
Why
if for
not?
some reason
Elaborate.
Why not?
Yeah,
they're gonna
you
be
would
an
still
It's
go
economic,
to
beautiful.
like
It's
Montreal,
absolutely
continue.
beautiful.
they're gonna, bro. I'm not saying it's not beautiful. They're gonna be in like an economic depression, like in the
No,
short
they
run.
Okay,
if
no,
that
no,
were to
I'm just
happen.
saying
So
this
why
is
would
a
I want to go?
hypothetical.
Yeah, that's like-
Hypothetical. Okay, we're talking about hypothetical. We're talking about what if they were their own country? They've already been their own country. They're already settled. Their economy's doing great. They're trading with us. They're good, allies. Just a hypothetical. If they were their own country and they were a French-speaking country, and you went there as a tourist, would you still feel the same way?
Like right now,
As a hypothetical.
Do you go to France, David?
no, I've never been to France personally.
You don't go to
Would I
French
still feel
country
the
because
same
they
way?
speak French?
Okay.
Like in what
I have
in
an-
what sense would I still feel the same way? Like
I have
Would
another
you
question.
still
I have a
feel
question.
bothered that somebody didn't speak English to you?
I wouldn't.
well, they if they
Or
were their
not
own
know
country,
English to
then
speak.
no.
Can I say something?
But
David, you went
Go
to a
ahead.
security guard, aka a fake policeman or someone who tried to be a policeman who didn't get in, so he got a job at the airport, who's mean and stupid, and you asked for information instead of going to the information desk. Those guys don't like to help people in the airport.
But-
They're there to try to
okay, no, don't worry. Yo, I don't want to talk about the French no more. Let's talk about some like
David, can I just ask a
politics
quick
stuff.
question though? You see how Mooley is in this chat and he's speaking English to us?
Mm-hmm.
He's not
That's beautiful.
complaining about that, right? He's adapting to majority of people here speaking English.
Well, I'm Canadian, so I'm not uh, great bilingual in both language, but
Yeah.
51 years, I can translate and work with people in English and French in my own country. We're supposed to be bilingual from coast to coast.
I'm just saying that French people come to Ontario all the time and they will speak English instead of French to people and ask them questions and try their best.
Also in
So
BC as well.
I
Kia
just
ora.
think that we should be doing this, trying to do the same thing and not get offended when they're a little bit rude about the fact that we don't speak
Well,
English.
that's not
I'm not
even
saying
the
that the
problem.
security card was right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, like
If you want information, do you go to the Longueuil Police website, or do you go to Google?
Pardon?
I don't know
When
if
you
that's
want an information, something you want to search and you don't
You asked
know, and
you asked someone on the street.
No, guys, don't worry. No more French, man. It's all good. Let's
Oui.
let's talk about some.
Well,
some,
let's say
politics,
hello
bro.
to the let's say hello to the new person on the panel.
Hello.
Noel.
Oh, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, thanks
Can
for
I just get
pronouncing my
your
name very
age
well.
really quick?
45.
Did I say your name wrong or right?
No, right. You said it right.
Okay. Okay, cool, cool.
45.
Sorry, everybody was talking there, so I didn't know what was going on. What's up?
I'm
up?
just like I've been taking a lot of interest in like watching the Canadian lives lately.
Are you from the US?
No, I'm from Canada,
Oh, okay.
but I've been living in New Zealand for quite a while. So yeah,
Oh,
What
nice.
part are you from?
yeah. Thank you. No, I just like, and plus I'm like looking up on like who I'm gonna vote for and that kind of thing
Oh yeah.
in the
Who you
election.
voting for?
So
Who are you gonna vote for, brother?
not Trudeau.
Well, he's not running, so you don't have to.
He's not running.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
know.
And we don't have to
we all
vote
get,
for a prime minister
can we all
anyway.
get an agreement here, guys? That Trudeau
who's the
is
next guy?
probably the worst prime
Let's
minister ever?
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Who's next guy? What's
Let's
his name? Carney.
let's let Noel
No,
finish.
I'm not gonna vote for Carney.
Carney.
Carney, okay.
Because he's
Yeah.
he's proved himself time and time again, and
Yeah.
that's all I think I need to know.
What does he
No,
prove
no,
himself?
no.
And he was the
you can't vote for
finance
one.
minister for Trudeau, so like, what more do you
No,
need
he
to say?
wasn't.
Not really.
He wasn't the finance
He
minister.
was not the finance minister at all in
Okay,
any
but
way, shape, or
what
form.
was he in charge of?
He was a temporary advisor once in a blue moon. That's it.
He was
He
only
was
an
not
advisor
part
during
of the Liberal
COVID.
Party.
Once
Okay,
a
so
year.
I haven't researched enough, but like, what's his like track record? Like, what has he done?
He
was
got
the
us out of the
governor.
he helped us avoid a recession under
No,
Harper.
he did not.
Can I
Oh.
please get everyone to
yeah.
stop talking over each other?
He was
Sorry,
the
I
head
just
of the
it,
bank.
I wasn't
it
a
makes
big
it so
fan of
that
Harper
nobody
either.
knows what's going on. So, Noel, and then Nicolina, and then Molly.
Yeah.
Mooley.
No, I wasn't a big fan of Harper either. Like, I thought he was just
So
pointing
he
the
was
country in the
he
wrong
wasn't
direction.
actually part of the Harper government. He was the head of the Bank of Canada. So he was the one who was handling like Tiff Macklin's role right now. That's what he had when Harper was prime minister. So he was the one advising like if we raised or decreased interest rates, and he helped us to get through a recession, like get through the recession unscathed, and our dollar was actually stronger than the U.S. at the time because they were going through their
Oh
recession.
wow, I didn't know that.
So that was him, and then he also went to the UK afterwards and did similar work in the UK when they were going through Brexit. He advised against it, and they were basically saying like, no, we're going to keep doing Brexit, and then everything was going to shit, and he ended up saving their pension plans they were about to be bankrupt, and he was the one who basically was able to handle the market at the time and deal with that, and they saved their pension plan. So they asked him to stay on longer, and he was like, I just kind of want to go back to Canada. And then he was asked to advise Trudeau at the beginning of COVID as to what to do. So that's the only time he spent. He was an advisor, but he was also an advisor on like 20 other boards at the time. So he wasn't a permanent advisor at all. He only became an advisor to Trudeau in September of 2024, right before basically Trudeau resigned.
Oh, okay.
He's not the only advisor.
There we go. You're up to date.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No,
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
no. If you're gonna do some more research, you should research a very good candidate called Maxime Bernier.
Oh, dude.
No.
Really?
What is happening? Okay, I gotta go to bed.
Really?
That's the end of it.
Whoa, guys, what's going on? What's wrong?
Well,
with
I'm voting
Maxime
Green
Bernier?
Party. That's what I'm voting for.
Who?
That's
Is
totally
the Green Party like different than New Zealand?
Okay, wait, stop. Is that real? You're actually gonna vote for the Green Party?
Yes, I am.
You're throwing your vote
But
away.
you're
I
throwing
know.
your vote away.
That's your
James,
vote,
whoever said that.
Votes. He's right. His votes.
Well, Green Party.
Well, David, if you're voting for the PPC, you're also throwing your vote away.
Yeah, what?
Like, have a big
I'm
seat
throwing my
in
I'm
Canada.
throwing my vote away for like a good cause, bro. He's throwing his vote away to Green Party.
No.
What is wrong with Gen Z boys?
Excuse me? A good cause?
What does Maxime Bernier do that's bad?
He's an
Extreme far right Yahtzee party.
He's an Hells
Nazi
Angel.
party? How is he a
Yeah.
Nazi?
Don't say that.
Oh,
Yahtzee.
sorry.
We say Yahtzee on
Yahtzee.
TikTok,
Oh, sorry.
not.
How is he a Yahtzee party?
David Maxime Bernier was caught and kicked out of the Conservative Party because he's an Hells Angels mole.
A what? Sorry.
He's an Hells Angels criminal mole.
He's a
He
what?
was
Mole.
giving
Mole?
security papers to his girlfriend who is an Hells Angels. Look it up.
So
So-
where's
sorry.
everyone based around the country? Like what
Wait,
part?
hold
Like
on.
east to west?
What did you say? He was a what?
Everywhere by the looks of it.
Sorry, Muzo. What did you say? He was a what? Sorry.
He was kicked out of the Conservative Party because he was a something. I didn't hear what he
I
said.
know. I
Mole. I heard
didn't
a
catch it
mole.
either.
A mole. Some kind of
A
mole.
something mole?
Oh, you're saying he was a
Girlfriend
rat?
was an Hells Angels member,
Well,
and
can,
he was
can I be honest with you? I don't really
taking,
know if he
sexual
kicked
benefit
out.
from her,
I
and he was.
do know though that he decided to leave the Conservative Party because he thought they were
No,
too
he was
soft.
kicked out. I'm pretty sure he was kicked out.
I'd have to double check, but
There was a lot of he had a lot of like not
They
great
kept telling
rapport.
him to,
but wait, guys,
to,
why do you guys think he's the Yahtzee party?
Because
he's
he's ultra right wing in all of his views, and that is
Yeah.
the Yahtzee.
And his supporters, a lot of them are neo Yahtzee groups.
Okay,
Yeah,
so wait,
Like it's
wait,
pretty obvious.
Yep.
If you're far
What
right,
post are you from, David?
if you're far right, you're a Yahtzee. That's what you're trying to say.
No, it's
Where did
okay.
they
So
Because that is kinda what you just said.
fear mongering, mass migration, fear mongering, global elites,
Yes.
echoing things about the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, opposing
Okay, so-
multiculturalism.
Okay, here, so
Like
let's-
there's so many issues there.
Okay,
Like
so
we
here,
don't need
let's-
eugenics in this country.
Let's
Like, this
start
is
with the
not-
first one, mass migration. So he
Doesn't take
claims that it's a
Canada
bad
to
thing,
use-
correct? Do you guys think that that's correct or incorrect?
mass migration.
There's
Yes.
no mass migration in Canada.
I don't know what you
Really?
mean.
Okay, there's
Okay, so
there's no
hundreds
mass.
of
There's
But you need
no
to have
mass.
infrastructure in place
so
for
hang
the
on.
migration.
Yeah.
We're gonna say there's no mass migration in Canada, but there was a new statistic released that in the city of Toronto, there is now
one-
more than
that's one of the biggest
50% of immigrants of like the citizens in
No,
Toronto.
don't get
More than
50%.
50% is immigrants, not
Get
Canadian born.
50%
The province-
are
I-
immigrants.
Okay.
Do not believe
Whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa.
true.
First of all,
Well, you could search that
okay,
up.
so last year there was only less. It was about 495 thousand. Okay, so let's just call it 500,000.
Yep.
Okay, 500,000 in the entire country.
That's
so
bad.
how?
What's the majority?
how
Like, what
is
country are they coming from?
How is Ontario 50%
I
immigrants?
think what he's saying is that
and not to
everyone's
mention,
immigrants.
not to mention,
'Cause we are.
are all immigrants
Yeah.
unless we are indigenous.
Yeah.
We're all immigrants unless we're indigenous.
I'm not an immigrant. I can tell
Hey,
you
Native.
that. I was born.
You were
There's
born-
about, like,
your entire
there's, like,
family was
about a
born here, so
billion.
you're indigenous?
I'm not indigenous.
I don't think he knows what the population of Canada is. There's about 1 million immigrants in Canada. That is
Something
not
like that.
50%.
Oh, can I tell you
True.
something? You're
Trudeau's
very
been-
wrong.
Oh, but
One
I'm
at a
saying
time,
in one
please.
place.
One at a
in one
time,
place
one
he
at
was
a time.
talking.
I would.
Yeah,
like
he was
you to
talking
search
about
up-
Ontario.
I'm
No, he
talking
was
about
talking about
Toronto. I want you to search up and
Okay,
tell me that there's a
Toronto.
million immigrants in Canada.
Toronto,
I
he
just
said
said
Toronto.
that.
No, Dartford has accepted the least immigrant in the.
Dartford. Oh, that
Hey,
Ontario?
David,
Oh.
David, hold on. David, I'm an immigrant. Should I go home to my country? I'm an immigrant.
Where's the
Where are you
country?
from?
You're on the spot.
Why does it matter where I came from?
Because immigration matters based on like skilled labor and stuff like that. That's what it should matter on.
It does.
Well, I
What you
think-
can, what you can provide to an economy.
No.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that come here from all different countries that can provide things to the economy.
India,
But there's
Pakistan,
also
Yeah,
a vast
Uh,
majority on
Japan,
the other hand that
Korea.
don't provide to the economy as well.
No.
No, most of
Nope.
them have skills. Most
Okay,
most of
do
them.
you- do you have
Do you
proof- do
not
you have
realize
proof
that
that most
most
of them
of our
have skills?
taxi drivers were doctors in their countries? Like,
Bingo.
Well,
Maybe one taxi driver was a doctor.
no,
Look,
a lot of them.
look, the immigration in Canada, people need to realize this. One of the biggest problems Canada has is immigration. It's the root for all the other
No, you're
causes.
wrong.
No.
We don't. We don't
Tell me why.
even. We would literally. Our economy would tank
Yeah,
without
we wouldn't have an
immigrants.
economy without immigration. As someone who said they studied economics, you should
Listen,
know that.
you
I can
also
agree and
need
disagree at the
other
same
So
time.
you
people.
send people from back to India, and they'll be all fucked, won't they?
Okay, wait, hang on.
Huh?
Why do you guys think that? Why do you guys think
Talk to
housing
David.
prices are the way they are in Canada?
How are
Because
things the way they are?
the rich started gouging everything and putting a pressure on the economy, on food, on the resident market, on the gas, on everything. And the corporatists, liberal and corporatists, conservative, and the bloc, who is also a bit corporatist too, let them do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Maybe it comes down to like we haven't built enough infrastructure to house all these mass immigrants coming over.
No.
Exactly.
The-
Who just said that?
No, hold on. Again, that is not 100%. The issues with infrastructure and housing has everything to do with greedy corporate landlords and premiers mismanaging federal funds. That's what it really has to do with, because we have a ton of empty buildings. We have a ton of empty buildings in this country.
So
we
you said
we
like
How do you
actually
free them
hold
up?
on.
Hold your horses.
Thank you. There was recently a
Beaver.
discovery of
Sorry.
landlords.
one sec, Beaver.
Okay,
Let-
can you
Can you let her speak,
No,
please?
Can you
wait,
ever
hold
stop
on.
talking?
It's not about this way, Beaver. Wait, just one
Stop.
sec.
No, I'm gonna mute everybody
Just-
unless.
Beaver, there's someone in the chat.
Let
Can
David,
you
it's
her
only
unmute him?
David. It's
I
only
know, I'm
David.
gonna let her talk. It's not about that. There's
Yeah,
someone
no,
in the chat.
you
Can you
literally
unmute
can't.
him?
You literally can't. You just want to hear your own voice. Shut
No,
up.
it's not about.
Shut
I'm not
up. I'm literally
Hush.
trying to make a point, and you're interrupting. Shut up.
Just let her speak for a second.
Shut up.
Everybody shut
Holy
up.
fuck, man.
Come on, the floor's yours.
They were recently discovered that all of these big landlords were getting together and utilizing this thing that is actually super fucking illegal to raise our rent, and expected anybody who was in agreement in this to leave a certain amount of properties empty
Right.
Yes,
so that the value of the properties grew.
will not go
Yeah.
down.
Like, this actually fucking happened. They got caught and nothing happened.
There was
My
a bunch.
rent is $2,400.
Ouch.
There was,
3
I'm
months.
pretty,
No,
sh-
wait.
I'm
4
pretty
months
sure there was
ago.
loss.
4 months ago, I was paying $900 for a 3-bedroom. I'm
Ouch.
paying $2,400 for a 9-bedroom now.
Inflation, huh?
It's not
No,
inflation.
It's not.
It's not
greedy
inflation.
landlords. It's corporations coming in and building places.
They're basically creating
raising the
monopolies,
rent to
right?
a
They're
point-
working with each other.
They're
Okay, can I
working with each
rebuttal now?
other, and they're using illegal systems to work with each other. And the fact that my one place is worth $2,400 could cover 3-4 different empty places. So they can leave their places empty because my one rent can cover those empty places until somebody who's desperate enough will come in.
Yep.
And that's why condo market
Immigrants.
sales are plummeting in Toronto right now
Not
because no
talking
one can
about the
sell them.
immigrants.
You know me.
Can I rebuttal?
better?
Also the fact that in resident, it's no longer housing rights. People being housed in a location are not the primary creation of the housing. They build towers for financial gain and financial fiscal evasion. There is complete building who are luxury, who are empty most of the time. You could take 600 people and have all the, if you have 600 SDF or people in the street, you could have 600 places in this luxury place, and it would not change anything. There is places. There was a house in Beaconsfield. It's a 1.5 million house. The people were from India and they pulled together with their family and they bought the 1.5 million house and they subdivided divided the house of 1.5 million for one family, rich family, and divided it between 30 of the people of the same family. And the people on the street got them close because there was two people in the house they bought. So there's not a lack
Can
of
I?
room or a lack of places.
So
There is
let me ask you, like, is there people in Canada like get paid to like look after the homeless people?
Depends on what you're
Yes and
I
no.
looking
mean,
for.
there is
Yes and no.
So
there is
it's kind of like an industry on its own.
social
Can I
segregation
rebuttal
here.
Lily's original point?
What the
Is
fuck? Who did you call me? Say my name.
is that your,
No, it's not.
okay? Sorry. How do I say
Lilith.
it?
Lilith.
Lilith. Sorry, Lilith. Can I
Lilith.
rebuttal your original point from before?
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay, get ready. Listen, I'm gonna educate you.
Okay, whoa, that was
Oh.
so disrespectful, bro. What
Yeah.
the
You
fuck?
might.
What the fuck? Shut
Seriously?
up. Shut the fuck up. I have
Education
dealt with
helps.
men like you. You are so narcissistic and disrespectful.
That's
Shut up.
uncalled.
That
Okay,
was so
just listen.
uncalled for. Listen, I'm gonna educate you.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't like
such a
that
big
either.
man. I know so much. Shut
Okay,
up.
okay,
Shut
okay.
up.
What? They
You might.
You know what? No,
have a
you
degree
can't.
in
You know
education?
what? Noel, go on. Say your talking point, Noel. I don't fucking want to hear David. He's a
Me
loser.
neither.
Nice.
Shut up,
just saying
David.
if
Shut up,
people
David.
hold on.
Shut up, David.
Let's.
I'm just looking into like maybe it's a conspiracy theory, but like I'm just saying like if people are getting paid and they got like high paying jobs to look after the homeless people, they want to keep their jobs, right? So maybe it's in their
No.
best interest to keep everyone like the people homeless so they have a job.
No, you're 100%.
No.
No,
No,
well,
it
they
doesn't
want
work
to
like
keep
that.
people
We're absolutely
fearful of
100%
being homeless.
10%
That's what
wrong.
it is. Keep them,
No.
keep people fearful of being homeless, and then they will work jobs that they don't want to work, and they won't strive for more because the fear of homelessness. I've been suffering that my whole life. I got a kid. I can't risk being homeless, so
So is
Also,
like
homelessness is
programs
a
allowed?
problem of wealth
Yeah.
inequality,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, of course it
It's a
is. Yeah.
problem of wealth inequality. It's a problem also
That's the
of
main thing.
us not
Yeah.
addressing mental health.
And
yeah,
also
100%.
A lot
Sorry.
of people end up homeless because they're dealing with major mental health issues that unfortunately are not really being dealt with under our, universal health care.
Yep.
Yeah, but it differs from every province, doesn't it?
Beaver,
No.
there's someone in the chat. Bad milk. Could you unmute him? Or no?
No,
Mute him.
no.
Why?
No.
Because he's muted for
Because
a reason.
you're honestly like, I would have honestly not brought you up if I knew you were a PPC supporter. But since you're here, we'll go with it. But I'm not, I don't really
Right now, I'm not even talking
communicate
about
with
PPC. I was actually
PPC.
just going to talk about the housing infrastructure. So, Lilith, can I ask you a question?
No, I
No
don't want to talk
questions.
to you.
Ask me the question
You're
instead,
toxic.
David.
That's Beaver the question.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go on to Lilith's point there when she said greedy corporations. That might potentially be like a small factor.
No, it's
What's the
not.
biggest
No,
factor?
If she's gonna
Okay.
talk, if she's gonna talk about greedy corporations, I want to ask you guys this. This is why I wanted to ask Lilith if she
Ask.
voted for the Liberal Party, but she doesn't want to talk to me. Anyways, do you guys know what the salary of the Prime Minister is? Justin
Yeah,
Trudeau and
400.
Chrystia Freeland. Do you know what their salaries are?
That's the New Zealand Prime Minister. I know that.
David.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau's is $400,000, and then Chrystia Freeland's is, I'm not sure what hers is, but I know that regular MPs are 200 and something.
What's the point? Their salary is too high. I don't agree with that.
No,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I don't
Can
even
you
think
know
their
what their
salary's that
salary?
bad.
Who's
The
Do you guys
salaries-
know what their net worths are?
their salary?
Yeah, Justin
wants
Trudeau's
to-
at about 10 mil.
Something like
Really?
that.
Can you double check that for me? You'll be shocked
if
to
you're-
find out
if
what
you-
his
if you're-
actual
if
net
you're-
worth is.
Really? Is that from some propaganda website? That's probably
Nope,
from like
it's you could
Times of
search up
India?
the
He saw
first
a
thing that
tweet.
pops up on
You want to know
Wikipedia.
what Maxim Bernier's is?
Yeah, he definitely saw a tweet. Do you know what Pierre Poilievre's is?
All he has is 25 million from a
Yes.
private equity company that he has been invested
No,
in for
Trump-
It's about 30
Source,
it's about
trust
30
me, bro.
million.
about 25.
Uh,
And that
don't
Okay,
tell me
what
shit is nothing.
do you think is Justin Trudeau's net worth?
pretty sure it's like 97 million last time I checked.
That has been
And
debunked
when did that
so
happen?
many
Was it
times,
before
dude.
or after he became
Okay.
prime minister?
That has
debunked.
been debunked. He's never been 97 million.
Far
That
go on
literally
Google
was
right
Indian
now.
propaganda, and it has been debunked over and over and over again. It came from some Indian website that was posing to be like CBC or Global News
Bingo.
or something like that.
Well,
And it's been debunked so many times. Like, you have no idea how much I do
it's not
debates, guy.
debunked.
I do
David,
debates.
David,
How
you're
rich was he
a
before he
candidate
became prime
for
minister, and how rich
propaganda.
was he after?
That's not propaganda.
That's
right?
propaganda, and you
You're
fell for
Well,
it.
I just want to know
And that's
how rich he was
embarrassing for
before he
you.
became
I
prime
go on
minister.
Google and I search up net worth of
Oh,
Justin
you did
Trudeau.
you?
Yes,
Research
and
sources.
it's
Your
it's
research?
because it.
Look our research.
I know. And then did you look up the source and did you fact check it? I know that it's the first thing that pops up on Google, and it is an Indian
didn't.
website.
Yep.
He doesn't know how to do his own research. He just sees
Doesn't know
what
Apparently
he
not.
sees and he believes it.
Beaver,
I actually
I
know
already
how to
just
do
looked
my
it
own
up.
research,
No, you're right, girl.
Beaver, can I ask you a question about
Your
the
own government, and you people don't even realize this. Your own government was stealing money.
Wait,
from
the
your
way you
It's
say
actual-
that,
literally
the
from
way you say
it's
that,
from Club India. It's from caclubindia.com.
Beaver.
That's
the way,
where you got it from.
the way
Let me
he says
find
it,
the
it
link.
sounds like
Oh
he's
my
not even
gosh.
Canadian.
Yeah.
The way he says it sounds like he's not even Canadian. Your own government,
Your own government.
not our own government.
Because I
your own
don't
government.
support my government right now. 'cause
PPC
the Liberal
voters talk
Party-
like that.
You're
Honestly.
PPC,
Party's a
aren't you?
That's
complete
fucking
joke.
wild.
That's
That's
fucked.
weird.
If you vote for the Liberal Party, you might as well just like sell your soul. Like you're not
Oh,
even
so
doing
what should
you,
I
David.
vote for then? I should throw my vote away like you?
No, I'm actually gonna vote for PC this election.
Which is
sure.
a throwaway vote. Wait,
It's worse.
Voting PC is throwing my
BC is
vote.
worse than liberal.
wait, who's he voting
No,
for?
so he's gonna vote for Pierre.
Pure
Ew.
pop.
But he's a PPC supporter.
Pierre,
he's going to
really?
vote for
Why?
Pierre
Oh,
because it's
that's
the next
why
best
you
thing.
vote.
Oh, gross.
Why is Pierre gross?
Because he's a fucking lunatic.
Because
He's okay. Why is he?
Is it Jim Brody?
because he's a mini Trump.
Ju-
Because he's backed by.
Yeah, but I'm sure
people
that
who
David
hacked
loves
us.
Trump. I'm sure that David loves
Probably.
guys like Trump and Elon. He probably worships those type of dudes. You know what I mean? If you're a PPC voter, you're a
I
far right
worship my
extremist
one Lord and
who's been-
Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
actually.
you're.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
God,
even
yeah,
worse.
You're just
exactly.
wrong.
You're not a Bible
You are
Even worse.
receptive to the
Good
propaganda
Lord.
because you. Yep,
Christian
no, that makes sense. That makes
okay.
sense.
Can you explain on why Pierre Polyev is a lunatic?
You're still talking, David?
Are you kidding me?
Why is he still talking?
Have you seen what he's voted against?
What's he
Every
voting against?
single
Tell me.
thing he has voted
He
against has
doesn't
been
care.
against
David
Canadian
is
people.
the type of person. David is the
Not
type
sure
of
this.
person who doesn't care about marginalized communities, who doesn't care about women's rights, who doesn't think that anybody that's a different skin color than
Women
him
are proper
should
people,
be
David.
allowed into Canada.
He
Like, this is
voted
the type of
against-
person you're talking to.
He voted
Hey,
against
listen-
the
hey, listen
dental care
Give this file
program. He
Boston.
voted
Justin
against
Trudeau's
abortion
net
rights.
worth
He
was like
voted against.
$1.2 million
Shut
before he
up,
became
In a
David.
recent
Oh my
video-
God! Shut up.
You
All you do is
Hush,
talk.
your mouth.
Shut the fuck up while somebody else is speaking. Thank
Justin
you.
Trudeau's like
He
net
voted
worth was
against
$1.2 million.
Abortion rights. He voted against dental care. He voted
Yep.
against our rights for the veterans. He voted against anything and everything that was supportive to Canadians. Why the hell would
He
you vote for
voted
somebody-
against affordable housing.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
He was in charge of fucking housing.
Good
Why
Lord.
would you support somebody who voted against everything that would be good for Canadian citizens?
But he's been drinking that water. The Kool-Aid.
Because he's a fucking idiot. You have
He's a
no
jabroni.
common sense. You have no all you do is fall for his slogans and fall for his propaganda. Because you are the person that you're the uneducated person he is trying to turn. It's absolutely
No.
Can you give me an
ridiculous.
example of when
Little-
Pierre
Get him.
Polyev?
Get him, little. Get him.
No,
Can you give me an example of when Pierre
Justin
Polyev
Trudeau's
said
like
he
net
didn't
worth was $1.2 million
value
before he
Hold on,
Right.
hold
came into
on. One
office.
at a time, everybody. One at a time. One at a
Hush your
time.
mouths.
He's so easy to fight. Like, I'm drunk off my ass and I'm winning this argument. So
I'm saying
Okay, hold
Justin
on.
Trudeau.
I know that
doesn't
Noel
value
wanted to
women's
say
rights. Give me an
something.
example.
Yeah,
he
I
voted
do.
against abortion. He voted
Yes,
against
he
women's
did.
rights to choose.
Yo, abortion though.
I'm just saying, like, Justin
can I be
Trudeau's net
honest with
worth was
you?
1.2 million
Can we
dollars.
just
Is he gonna actually say that abortion isn't
hold on?
right?
Can somebody? I'm gonna need you guys to just please
Sorry.
try one person at a time. I want Noel to speak because I know that he wanted to say something and I can't figure out what he's saying because everybody's talking. Okay,
Yep.
so we'll go Noel and then we'll go back to everybody else after that. But Noel, what did you want to say?
I'm just saying, like, Justin Trudeau's net worth was 1.2 million dollars before he came to office, and now it's 96 million dollars US.
It's not 96. It's not.
It
It is
is.
not.
I
That
don't know
is.
how much time I have to fucking tell you guys that. It actually is. You guys are
No,
retarded.
it's not.
David, you
You're
still
taking
talking?
it off a freaking Indian website, dude. There's only one website that says that. Okay, it's Club India, and it has been proven wrong over and over again. So it is not 97 million. That is absolute
Far from.
propaganda that you're pushing, dude.
Yes, but Beaver, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you know that the Trudeau family has a foundation that rewards all the Trudeau family members that gets money that is worth like 150 million to 150 million?
Which foundation?
Which one?
Trudeau Foundation.
Okay. It's called Trudeau Foundation.
Yeah, it's the father and the grandfather. It started with the grandfather with oil.
So
His
the one that his dad started in 2001.
Here's how it
Not
was
his
in
dad.
news.
His grandfather started a
Okay, so
foundation for his family.
The scholarship?
No.
okay, the
Watch
only
Global
the
News.
only Trudeau Foundation is a charity established in 2001
By his father, by Pierre.
by his father. Yes.
Correct.
No, it's not the only foundation. There is also a Trudeau Family Trust from his grandfather that pay all his descendants some money to his descendants. There's 250 people in it.
Details. One.
Can you tell me the name of it or something? Because I only know about the one
are
that
you
his
talking
dad
about?
started in 2001.
Also, I don't care about the Prime Minister's salary and net worth if it's legal.
Can I ask what the point to this is?
Hey, I'm confused.
Because he was already rich.
And your
He doesn't-
point?
Point
Trudeau
being, what's your
doesn't
point?
need
Rich people
the
can't
salary.
be a president? Rich people can't be smart? Rich people can't
His,
run our country?
as I said, his net worth was like 1.5 mil when he started, and that was through some inheritance.
That's
for
kind of how
sure.
our country works, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's Justin Trudeau, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
The rich
Yeah.
people get the
Trudeau
best education,
personally
therefore
was
they
not
start
that
leading our
rich. He
country.
was a teacher too, but
Yeah, here's a drama teacher.
Trudeau family started with the
Good
great
tell.
great grandfather who was a businessman. His great grandfather was in oil. His father was prime minister and heavy in a
Who's?
foundation.
Who was the prime minister? Which one? Who?
Muli, 1 second, please. Can you tell me what your point to this tyrant is? What's
Yeah, I
the
don't
point?
get it.
Because we're going
Either.
off topic here. We're going way off topic. What's your point?
His net worth was already big.
What is your
Whose net
point?
worth? Whose?
See, he already had all the money in the world.
And
Whose?
he didn't have all
Whose?
the money in the world. He had a small amount of
Yes.
money. What's your
No.
point?
His net worth was about 1.5 million, and that was from his
Personal
inheritance
net
because
worth.
yes, he came from a rich
Oh,
family.
Trudeau.
What is
Personal net
your
worth.
point?
He was already rich.
And
Cool.
Well, PP.
I see his
Oh.
point. I understand his point.
PP.
His point is that David's saying he's rich,
Because
but
he
he
made
already
back.
was rich.
No. His
Hot
point
Bob.
is David is trying to make is that Justin Trudeau got rich in politics,
But
being
he was
bought
already
illegally.
rich.
Yeah.
His daddy's
Okay,
mad.
I'm sorry.
I get it. We get it.
I
we
get it.
now.
I get it. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Molly.
It was lost in translation for a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but all the 96 million or 97 million dollar
No,
claims,
it's
none
not
of them
those
come from
efforts
credible
on the
sources. Because it's not. He's nowhere close to that net worth. He's well off. He's very well off. He's a millionaire, but he's
Yep.
not
Oh, he's fine.
97 million.
But I'm just gonna ask you guys, like, how do you think Canada's been, like, affordability wise, like, within the last 10 years? Like, has it gotten better or worse?
Why do we
I
why
found
do
I
we
like
mean,
start
six
with that?
different.
Inflation's
Looking
gone
at
up. Inflation's gone up worldwide.
Yep.
Just FYI.
understandably,
So
because there was a
all the
pandemic.
European countries, United States,
Yeah, we
Canada,
don't
we
talk
have
about the
all
pandemic.
seen a rise in prices.
Price greed.
Yeah, I
too.
agree with that, but
But if you
like
want to
compared
talk
to
about
the
whether or
US,
not we're
which is
sustainable,
your next door neighbor.
Americans are crossing our border to steal our eggs.
Just eggs.
Oh yeah,
We're doing
eggs
a
are
lot
like
better than
ridiculous.
we're doing a lot better than they are right now.
Yeah,
Our
That's good to
prices are
see.
actually cheaper now.
they have a very few
A
Give them more
lot of our
Trudeau.
prices, yeah.
More
they have
chickens.
Let's steal our
the
eggs.
US in the US they have we had a mad cow problem with beef in the UK and Canada, so we stopped the production of beef and we brought beef from Brazil and other places. And currently in the United States they have a bird flu and sickness in the egg production system. So
Oh, is that why?
most of
Okay.
the producer can't provide for their own country, so they are buying all over the place. And Canada is the next door neighbor who is always there to help, even though they're gonna slap us in the face.
Yeah, main provider. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, McBan, unemployment has remained below 6.8, unlike with Harper.
I'm still waiting for someone to tell me how someone's stance on abortion is bad for women's rights.
What do you mean?
Elaborate on that one.
What do you mean?
What do you
said
mean?
Pierre-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Pierre Polyev doesn't care about women's rights.
Are you drunk?
Oh, he does.
And
Oh
I
yeah,
asked you
like
why.
half your population is women.
Pardon?
More
Hold
than
on.
that.
Hold on. Let David finish his thought so that we
I
can
think it's like
figure out what he's trying to say
49.8%.
here.
And then I asked you
Just
why. Because in a recent video that he actually said he's going to end all radical woke ideology, and he's going to treat every single person equal. He said those words. Probably not word for word, but he said like everyone is going to be equal.
Woke ideology is actually what treats people equal. But keep going.
Can you explain how woke ideology is what makes people equal?
Do you know
That
where
makes
the
zero
word
sense in
woke
my
comes
brain.
from? Do you know where the word woke comes from?
No, tell me.
Do you know who started it? Do you know anything about it?
He said no.
No, I don't believe in that stuff personally, but enlighten me.
There's
educate
But
me.
you
No,
use the
there's-
word. But you
there's
use the
so
word,
much-
so you should probably know where it comes from, right?
Fair, but
Yes.
I probably should educate.
Beaver's
I'm
100%
saying
right.
that transformed into something else.
Cook, girl, cook.
Go
I'm just saying.
educate
Do
me.
you like?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm asking you to educate me.
It comes from vernacular African American English, and it has everything to do with being attentive and aware of social justice, particularly racial and social injustice.
I think it took a wrong turn somewhere, and it got a
No,
wrong
the
name for itself.
Yahtzee use it as a word for everything.
Yeah, the
Oh, look,
Republicans got a hold of it
oh,
and
my
called it
salad
woke.
is bad. My salad is woke. Oh, my Putin is bad. My Putin
May-
is woke. Oh,
may I have a
hate
moment?
women's
Talk about
rights.
food now.
Oh, women's rights are woke.
May I have a moment with David?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Everyone listen.
David,
Mm-hmm.
you think a woman's right to choose is wrong?
What, for abortion?
Yes.
Can we call it AB,
my-
please, for TikTok purposes?
Sorry.
AB, just call it
Just
AB.
call it AB.
AB?
Thank
Yes.
you.
My personal
yeah.
view,
Abs.
my personal view on AB is if a woman is, can I say raped on here? Or is there no other issues? for that?
No.
That's
No,
not-
grape,
yeah,
no.
grape.
Great,
Great.
God.
Great.
If a woman is raped, that is an extremely
No,
horrible
you're disqualified.
circumstance.
You're already disqualified.
You're out.
You
What
don't.
do you
You
mean?
don't get to put qualifiers on a choice.
I
You
did-
don't.
but I didn't even finish my sentence.
I
You're
already knew what you were
talking
going to
over
say,
me.
though. That's
What
how
was I gonna say?
That is how predictable you are.
What was
You
I
are
going to say?
so predictable. No, if a woman's raped, then she has the right to choose, but otherwise, life is life. God, blah blah blah.
That's
No,
that's not what, at
you
all
know
what I
what?
was
It
going to
doesn't
say.
matter.
Hold on.
If you're
Let's just let David finish. Let him finish,
him
and then
finish.
we'll go after that.
If a woman is raped, or if for some reason it is going to affect her health, like if having the baby will cause death for her,
But no other. Okay, sorry. I told
then
myself I was going to let you finish.
like I said,
it's okay.
like
Then
I
I
said,
Let him
agree.
finish. Let
Hang
him
on, let me
finish.
finish, bro. Chill.
you're
Then
so slow at talking, though. That's my problem. You're so slow.
Is he drunk?
I'm going
I
slow
think he
just
is.
because it's
He's either
fucking
drunk
4 in the
or he's
morning.
like a Republican.
Okay, hold on. Let's let him finish so that we can actually have this discussion, and I will shut up too.
If a woman is raped, or if it's gonna like affect her life, then I agree for abortion, like 2 to 3 weeks or before. Not anything after that.
3 weeks.
Oh,
Sorry,
I already knew what he was going to say.
Months.
They
Yeah,
talk
you're right.
so
Months.
slow, but you already knew what they're going to say.
2 to 3 months.
Oh,
months.
shush.
Oh, please.
Oh, shush.
Get real.
All you have is a DICK.
Bro,
And
on
no,
that,
no,
I
no,
meant
no. You
months.
got no say. You got no say.
I
Yeah,
meant
Shut up,
months,
David.
bro.
Shut up, David.
Must stand for
Shut up, David.
something.
You're a
Shut up,
Hold on,
David.
hold on.
You
David,
brony.
do you understand that ABs have been happening since the dawn of time? Like women have been making choices about their bodies since the dawn of time.
Bingo.
And they used many different ways, right?
Cool
The way
hanger.
the way that women have now access to healthcare is a lot safer than what they had to do in the past. But that doesn't mean that they didn't do it. That doesn't mean they're going to stop doing it. ABs are life-saving care.
And it's a choice.
Most women are not choosing to have an AB because they just are trying to use it as a birth control method, okay? Most of the time it's life-saving care.
No,
Also,
I was raped by my ex and got pregnant and had an AB because I already had a child with him and needed to escape. So shut the fuck up, David. You don't know shit.
Hang on.
And you don't no. Don't talk
David, enough.
over me, David. Shut up. You don't get to say it is my choice as a woman what I choose. A single-celled organism, an organism does not get to inhabit my body without my choice, David. Oh, he went dark, which means he's not listening.
Kick him off.
I'm listening. Hold on.
Well, fucking don't go dark. And try to listen without speaking, because you're very incapable of that.
I'm actually
I
able
had
to
an
let you
AB
speak.
that wasn't. You know what? Actually, it wasn't. It technically wasn't grape because he said, "I will give you the rights to our child. I'll show up at the courthouse, and I will give you the rights. I'll sign them off if you have X with me." So I did, only because I didn't want him to beat my child like he did me.
Ouch.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did. And then I got, yeah. And then I chose to have an AB. Thank God I could. These laws are not something you can mess with. There are intricacies that you don't understand, that these laws don't cover. Women are dying because of it. You don't get a say. It is the woman's choice.
I
Can
agree.
I ask you a question now?
Yeah, I agree.
What's your question?
Okay. You said you got raped by your ex, who you've had a kid with.
I corrected that. I said
No, it's, you know what? It's
It's-
still when you that is extortion and manipulation. So I would still place it under the SA category because
Thank you, Beaver. It's still
Yep.
technically.
No, I mean, but that's the truth, right? 1 out of 3 women experience this.
So how can I ask you guys how long can you have an AB before it becomes illegal? Like, what's the how many weeks or
It
months?
shouldn't be.
So
It's
What
not
about
Oh, it should be
used
like the US, like
as
was 9 months in
it's
some
not used
states.
as some kind of like
It was
preventative.
never 9 months. Oh my God. Sometimes
some
it
states
That
it
was
was
some
up to
kind of
9
That
months.
says more
propaganda.
about you, David.
No, that's propaganda. You are eating up
No, I was
propaganda. That is
told
not correct.
I was like 6 weeks and
after
I was
9
told I
months
was
there is
almost
a
too
baby
far to
born?
do it.
Yeah, I know in Canada it's
You
different.
can't kill a
But I
boy,
think
a
in
baby
America
It
after 9
doesn't
months.
it's true
matter.
as
I
well.
was 6 weeks and I was told I was almost too far to do it, so I better do it quick.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
calm
the
down. It's never been 9 months.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in some states it's up to nearly 9 months.
No, it's
No.
not. That's a fucking lie. It's
Pretty sure
propaganda.
Kamala Harris
That
was
is
president for that.
that is
Propaganda.
Republican propaganda that you probably heard somewhere on YouTube or X or a place like that. If you can show me the legislation that says this, prove it.
I would like to hear David's question for me, though. What the heck is your question right now?
My question was, and with respect, if you don't want to talk about it, that's completely fine because it's none of my business. But you said you were raped by your ex, and the way he raped you was he asked to have X with you.
He
Is that what you
threatened.
said?
He
Sexual
threatened.
manipulation,
He threatened to take
physical
my
abuse.
child unless I had X with him.
Okay. Why wouldn't you just call the police?
They don't do anything.
They don't do
We're in
shit.
Canada. They don't do anything.
Do you
have
know?
to you have to
I
abuse
called the
children
police when he beat the
in the hospital.
shit out of me. They didn't do anything. Police
Okay, well-
Do you know how
do
many
anything.
women don't get believed by the police? That's why so many women don't report their
David,
SAers.
David,
That's funny.
look up
Do you know what government the
That's
police
funny.
are?
What's
How's that
funny about
funny?
that? What's funny about
Right.
that? What is
No,
funny about that?
Kick David
The
out.
police.
He's a
You're talking
prick.
about how the police don't
Beaver.
listen. Do you know what government they're under?
They
David,
didn't.
he's a brony.
They didn't.
What government are they under?
Doesn't
It's
matter.
been that way forever. It's been that way forever. The police actually got better whenever we're under a progressive government, to be completely honest, because at least there's some sort of police reform. But the police has
Why
been
would
like this for a long time. Women just got their rights in the last 100 years. Okay?
Hold on. How
Like
victim
before
blaming
this,
is
we
that?
were not believed by the police.
How victim blaming is that?
And what was
How
the first
victim blaming
country?
is that? Why didn't you call the police? Victim blaming. Shut
that's
the
just
fuck
a
up, David.
log.
Shut the fuck up, David. Shut the fuck up. I hate you. You
I do too. I
useless,
hate David
worthless. You
Beaver, keep
David,
in
you're a
mind who's
scummonger.
insulting who here.
you
I
heard
haven't
my
even
story.
said one insult.
You heard David, you heard my
Beaver, kick him
story.
out.
You heard my story, and that's
Hold on.
the question you had for me? That's the question you had.
Fuck
You
you,
heard my
David.
story,
Fuck
and that's
you.
the question you had. You're worthless.
I said if you didn't want to talk about it, I
You
would respect
are
if you didn't want to talk
worthless.
about it.
You're a worthless piece of shit.
That was your
Easy,
question. You heard my story, and that was your
The
question.
responsible for the
You're
other.
disgusting.
Who
You are
says that I
disgusting.
said I'm a
You
worthless
are a
piece of shit?
manipulative, narcissistic piece of shit.
Wait, I got a question. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
When I joined this
I got a
thing, I
question.
heard you talking. I knew instantly you were a narcissistic fuck.
Wait, I got a question, guys. David,
Fuck
do you
you,
support
David.
April 24th?
What?
Pardon?
I got a question for David. Do you support April 24th? Yes or no?
What's April 20th?
Look
I
it
don't
up.
know.
Look it up right now. Do you support that? Yes or no?
Like the date?
Yes. So, do you support that? Yes or no? April 24th.
Can you give me a second to search it up? I don't know what that is.
Egypt?
It's like happened like something like a year ago or something. I'm not gonna say the description. I don't. Someone know if David supports that or not.
He probably does.
April 24th. What else should I type along with it?
National Grape
National
Day.
Arbor
National
Day?
Women's.
He
something.
probably does.
I searched up. It said National Arbor Day.
Oh God.
Yeah, I wonder
National
if David
Grape Day.
supports that.
It's a day of rape. Of grape.
Okay, you can't say that. You cannot say that.
I did not say that. I want to know if
On a
David
TikTok
supports it.
live, please
Just
use the
guys.
word
fucking
grape.
kick
Please.
David.
Guys, I searched
David
up
is a
April,
victim blamer.
I searched up April 24th. It said National Arbor Day. Can someone please tell me? I actually don't know
Eddie,
what I'm looking
David
for.
is a victim blamer.
This is Armenian genocide.
DVEGH 97. What's April 24th? Just tell me. I can't find it.
I will not say it.
Pardon?
No, no, we're good. We don't even need to talk about that. That's disgusting. Um, but yeah, no, I'm sorry, David. There's so many cases where women go to the police to tell them about what they've experienced, and the police don't believe them, and they victim blame them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've experienced it.
Yeah, it's been happening for quite a while.
I've gone to the police for getting D threats on, because of the fact that I'm a woman who takes a stance in politics, and people like to send me a lot of D threats all the time. So I've taken that to the police, and they've literally done nothing about it. They basically said that until someone is like on my property and like actually, physically harming me when it's too late, there's not really too much they can do.
I was almost choked out. I had the bruises on my neck, and the police said there was nothing they could do.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
police are
to hear
hopeless.
I went out of my jurisdiction,
it's,
contacted a police
It's
outside
the
my
police
jurisdiction.
problem.
He felt bad for me, and so he filed in my favor, and nothing happened.
And I was stabbed by my ex too. And she like got me good.
Police are only here to protect companies, large corporate companies. That's literally their job.
Yep.
I don't support April 24th, by the way. I just found out what that is. That's pretty.
I don't believe that.
Well, at least that's one.
I
least
don't
that's-
believe that.
You really think I would believe women getting
Out of
raped?
Hey,
you
don't
victim,
say it.
Hey!
victim
Grapes,
blaming
grapes,
me?
grapes,
Yeah,
Use
yeah, I kind of
that word.
You really think I would want
do. You
women to
victim
get
blaming me? Yeah, I kind of do.
raped? I'm not victim claiming
You
I
did
said if
victim
you don't want
blame
to
me.
talk.
You just
Look, I
did.
said out
You
of
did.
respect.
You literally did.
I said out of
Hold on,
respect.
David, hold on. Hey, chat. Hey, everybody. If David victim blame me, one in the chat.
Yes. Muli,
Send one in the
yes.
chat if David victim blame me. And
One. 1.
Hey, David,
1.
you victim blame me.
We all know you did, David.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I-
And if you don't
I
understand,
just asked
if
the
you don't,
question.
maybe he doesn't get it. Okay, I don't
Maybe-
think he gets it.
Shut up and listen,
Victim
David.
blaming is when you said, "Oh, why didn't you just call
Thank
the
you, chat.
police?
Yes.
Why didn't you just call the police?" That is victim blaming.
Beaver.
You have no idea what it's like to be a woman who's been abused, who has her abuser right there in front of her, threatening her. You have no idea what that's like. So until you do, you can't really have an opinion on how that works.
He's probably essayed before.
Especially
Probably.
when there is a child involved and you want to do what's best and what's safe for your child.
You have no idea. Because
Well,
you don't know what that feels
also
like.
saying I've essayed before is crazy. I've had a girlfriend for 2 years.
You've probably
You got a girlfriend?
You probably forced them. You probably like guilt tripped them.
We don't know. Okay, we
So
don't know
inside.
that. We don't know, right?
You're right.
Okay,
You're right.
so-
I'm sorry.
What?
No, we
why,
don't know
why
that,
am I not
so I
allowed
don't
to
wanna-
ask a question,
'cause
but you're allowed to
you
claim I've
victim
essayed
blaming
girls
and
before?
you're victim blaming.
Okay, and what are you doing to me right now, saying, "Oh, you've definitely essayed girls before"?
I said I was
bet
sorry
you
for that.
said
I said I was sorry. I said I was sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was an unacceptable assumption. But the way that you're
Are you
acting,
still with your girlfriend,
when you're
David?
acting,
Pardon, Willie?
Are you still with your girlfriend?
Yes, I'm still with my girlfriend. I was just at her house for dinner today.
Do you
Her
have an
family.
equal relationship?
Pardon? Sorry?
Do you have an equal
shut
relationship?
up, Darth.
Equal? What do you mean? Of course. What do you define equal?
Well,
What do you
she's not your property. She's not just your girlfriend. She's also a human being with her own rights and her own life and her own
Absolutely
goals.
right.
Yeah.
Urinal
Okay.
puck? Check the way you're.
Just whenever I see Molly's name, I always want to say
Speak for
Molly, Molly. I don't know why.
Yeah, me and my
But you
girlfriend have
heard
a
the
very
song
good
sometime?
relationship.
Molly.
You know, guys, David's young. Okay, David is quite young. He's obviously been sucked into the right-wing echo chamber online, and he's,
The, masochist,
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So, I do want us to try and show him some other ways of at least at least maybe, just maybe
A bit
he'll
of
go do
empathy.
some research and like become a better person one day. But right now he's young, and we know that there is a
okay,
problem with a lot of young
Okay.
males who have been radicalized by the right-wing propaganda. It is one of the biggest problems that we have worldwide right now.
Yep.
So
David?
that's just
But
the
I think
truth.
there's also a point where like the left has gone too far with demonizing
No.
them.
No.
I don't
No,
think so.
no, I don't think we've gone
I know
too.
for a
I don't
fact 'cause
think.
I'm a
I
male.
don't
I
think
don't
that
think
we've
so.
gone too far in demonizing racists, misogynists, and
No,
bigots.
not that.
I don't think
But-
we've gone
but you-
too far.
Absolutely.
Can I be
David, how old
honest?
are you?
Masculine men, like
I'm
you want
21.
them to be like something that they're not.
That's not true. There's a lot of progressive masculine men out there.
Who's
Like
talking about
Absolutely.
masculine men? Who's talking
No, I mean
about
like just normal males, like we have emotions and everything as well. Like,
No.
So learn how to
You're the
express
one-
them in a
no.
healthy way.
You're the one talking
And I
about
do.
masculine male.
Okay, then what's your problem?
No, I want
Then,
to ask
like,
a question.
but
What's
yeah,
a
go ahead.
masculine male?
just a normal man that wants to like look after his family and like be the best kind of man he can and still do like jobs around the house.
That's a traditional man. That's
That is
a
not.
masculine
That,
but
like,
we've
doing
never
jobs around the
demonized
house.
that.
That's
We've
not
never
demonized.
demonized that. I don't understand. Hold on. I honestly, I'm just trying to figure out like what you're talking about.
No, like in
what
society,
has the
like
left
on the
demonized?
media, it's all like transgender.
Don't
It's
listen
like
to the media.
Okay, so you're one of those people that has an
Don't-
issue with like 0.03 of the percent of the population.
yeah, I know, but why is it
My-
all over the media? I don't get
Whoa.
it. I don't.
No,
It's like
my
it's
child,
not
my child is
representative
my
of the
child's
population.
transgender.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Like,
Okay,
but I'm just saying, it's in all the for 0.3 of the populations. Like,
So let them do their thing.
It's
I just
only in
understand.
the. It's only.
not representative of the
hold
whole.
on.
That's
It's
what I'm
not.
saying.
Please, just
Yes,
everybody,
Peter.
shut up for a second. Thank you. It is only in the media because the
Yeah.
right wing has demonized these people so much that now they have to fight for their rights to exist, and because of that, we have to talk about it in the media because they've now become a very marginalized community that are at massive risk of being harassed, of being targeted for violence, of them taking their own lives because of the bullying that's been going on. So yeah, it's in the media, but it's in the media because these people have been demonized
The government
by
has
the right.
The government has
Like shoving
purposely
in
Hold on,
everyone's
hold on.
faces that
Hold on.
maybe
The
not.
government has purposely they have purposely demonized these people to make you think that they are the enemy, they are the problem. But my little transgender sibling who lives with me is not your problem. They're not an issue. They just want to exist.
Yeah, but like when they, I don't know how to say it, but like it's just like
In the nicest way possible. Say it in the nicest
You
way
fucking
possible.
better, because otherwise I'm going to
no,
have a
I'm
problem.
like I've never had a problem with transgender or gay or anybody, you know. Like
Then why bring it up?
Hold on. Sammy, can you speak to them, please?
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Tell them about yourself, Sammy.
I was not prepared for this.
Hi, I'm Sammy. Hi, I'm Sammy.
Sorry. Social anxiety.
No, that's okay.
I just don't feel comfortable in my body.
What?
Just say what you feel, baby.
About what?
You. Just speak to them.
I don't know. I'm just a person trying to exist and live life happily, just like everyone else.
They just want to be. I love you.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that.
So they're not an issue. They're not a narrative. They're not a fight against. They're not trying to take your jobs. They're not trying to do this or that. Sammy just wants to fucking live. They just don't like.
Yeah, like what is the problem? Like I want to understand.
No,
like, what
I'm just saying
is the
like when
problem?
we're like authorizing like
I love you, sir.
transgender like surgery on like young kids and stuff. I think it should be 18.
That's not
That's it.
happening.
That's so
That is not
fucking-
happening.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
Hold on. Sorry, I know you're really emotional right now, and I know that this is a really touchy subject. But I just want Noel to know that these surgeries that you speak of are not happening to young kids.
Or like
They're
hormone
not happening.
therapies and stuff like that.
Can I back you up?
Hormone therapy is just to first of all, there is no hormone therapy either. There's things called puberty blockers. And by the way,
that's what I'm talking about.
80% of puberty blockers are actually used for cisgendered men, because there are men who grow breasts at an early age, and they have to take puberty blockers in order to not have that happen.
Can I?
That's actually what puberty blockers have been used for a long time. My father, who's now 70 years old, had to go on puberty blockers when he was a teenager because he was developing breasts because he had a hormone imbalance. Okay, and he ended up being a totally normal cisgendered white man. Okay, but puberty blockers, when used for younger teenagers, most of the time it has to do with just delaying puberty so they can get a clear mental headspace to figure out what they really want to do and who they really are and develop their identity. Because when they develop certain parts, they can feel very traumatized by it, very confused by it, and all they're doing is delaying puberty. It's not changing anything. They're not changing their hormones. It is just delaying puberty. That's it. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
Guess how old my trans sibling is?
23?
I'm gonna guess how old they are, and guess how long they've been trying to get their trans surgery for.
Not surgery.
Their trans
I said
hormone.
23.
Okay, how old do you think they are?
23.
How long do you think they've been trying to get their trans surgery for?
7 years. 37 years. 30.
Okay. I'm asking Noel. How long do you think they've been trying to get their surgery for?
5 years.
5 years.
6 years.
6 years. How old are you?
19.
You're 19. How long have you been asking for your surgery?
6 years.
They're 19. They've been asking for their surgery for 6 years.
Not surgery, hormone.
Oh no, they're not even asking for surgery.
Hormone replacement.
They haven't even got their hormone replacement. They've been asking for 6 years.
Well, that's just probably because she was asking when she was.
Shut the fuck up,
13.
David. I don't want to hear from you. I don't give a fuck what you have to say, David. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah. They have been asking for 6 years. We have been going to doctor appointment after doctor appointment after doctor appointment. And still, we haven't gotten shit. And they don't want their parts. They don't want them because they don't want them. They don't feel right. How does that hurt anybody else but them? No, you know what hurts? You know what hurts? Is I adopted them from their family who abused them. I adopted them. And when I walked in to give them a towel in the bathroom, it was pitch black. And I was like, why is the light off? And they said, please don't turn it on. And I said, why not? And they were like, I can't look at myself. I don't want to see myself. That's what fucking hurt. I don't want to see myself because it hurts, because that's not who I am. Why the fuck does it matter to you what they do? Why does it matter to you what they do? Let them be who they are.
Yes.
It doesn't fucking hurt you.
It doesn't hurt me, but I'm just saying, like I've seen videos, like, in the US mostly, where, like,
we live in Canada, but
young, like, couples who, like, have, like, 2 or 3 year olds, and they say, like, I know what they want. They want to be a man when they're a woman.
No, that is propaganda, dude. Where do you get your information from? Honestly, where do you... Where do
Yeah.
you get your information from? I'm just wondering, like, where did you see these posts or whatever it is that you got this idea from? Where did you see it?
All sorts of media.
All
Hmm?
your
All sorts of media like
Smack.
YouTube, TikTok, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So places where propaganda can very easily spread.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on a point Noel said before. I actually think it is kind of sad that, like, if you look at political debates back then, kind of not too far back then, like when Obama was president or running for president, or even like in the Stephen Harper eras, like I find to what he was saying before, how like the parties nowadays, like it's kind of like it is somewhat true what he's saying. They kind of steam away from real like economic issues. They kind of just bash each other. Like if you watch the political debates back then, they were actually more like towards what they're
Debating
supposed to
policy.
be, like towards like helping the economy and stuff. It's kind of, and they actually like there was no
Yeah,
hate for
it wasn't identity politics and that kind of thing.
exactly.
Identity politics happened because you guys started demonizing a group of people that then had to defend itself. We wouldn't have been talking about it unless you guys just like you're the conservatives started demonizing a group of people so that they had to defend themselves. Transgender people are not new. It's not a new thing. They've
But they
been
became
around
equal
forever.
and they went a little bit too far, I think. That's all.
No, that is a narrative. That is a narrative that is pushed by conservatives. And it sucks because I see it in a lot of older people like boomers where they say that they're like, oh, you know, that's where the liberals messed up. They just went too far left with this whole transgender thing. No, they just had to defend these people because for the first time in history, well, not for the first time because Mustache Man also went after them actually. But it was the first time really since then that they started becoming demonized and they started being used as scapegoats. It was never in politics before because it never had to be.
Debbie Dole. They don't push anything. The right pushes it. Pushes it like they're demons. Exactly. The right demonizes these people against them so they can twist the simple-minded people like you, David, into believing this shit.
Lilith, am I allowed
No,
to
you
ask,
can't. Don't speak to me. Please don't.
even if it's respectful?
You're not respectful, David.
How have I, in the last 30 minutes,
I don't
have I
care.
said one bad thing to anyone? But yet I've been accused and
Yes, David.
insulted multiple times. I've not
I
even said a
already
word.
heard how you
David.
spoke originally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
David.
matter.
David.
I heard how you
Movie,
speak to
movie.
people.
Unfortunately,
Hold on. Can we
whatever,
let
fine.
Molly speak? Let's let
Molly.
Molly speak. I know that Molly. Sorry.
David, you're trying to remove other citizens' rights because you think you don't like how they live.
When did I ever say that? I never even got to ask any questions.
David, we're all responding to you. You think that
God, I love this girl. This fucking research is like hard.
is not something that is a right. You think women are property. You think T person don't have the right to choose who they can be and who they can become when they are adults.
Brother, when did I ever say women are
You're not my
property?
brother.
Okay, Muli, sorry. When did I ever say women are property? When did I go through
It
this
doesn't
entire
matter if
life?
you say it.
Your
How you speak says you believe it.
Okay, sorry,
so do you understand how that doesn't make sense?
David, when Lilith opened up and was vulnerable with us about her experience being abused by her ex and having her child in danger and her horrible grape experience with that, you literally asked her why she didn't just run to the police.
You victim blaming.
That is all we need to know. That is all we need to know about
that
your
might be
views.
your opinion,
No,
in
it's
my
not.
opinion, I
That is not
asked
just her opinion.
a
That's my
valid
opinion. That is
question.
multiple people's opinion.
But keep in mind,
Shut up,
I
David.
asked
Shut up, David.
before she
Shut up,
said, I
David.
said, if this
Shut
is a
up, David. Shut up,
Okay, hold
okay,
on,
do you
hold
see
on.
how I
Hold
can't
on,
speak? It's
guys,
crazy,
guys,
bro.
guys. Time out. We got a new person on the panel. I want to hear from Charity.
Hi, Charity.
Hello. I had two things. One, conservatives create problems so that they can say that there is a problem, and then they don't actually fix the real problems. So that's where you get like the demonization of marginalized communities always happening, because they point at this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, but behind we're totally trashing your healthcare, we're trashing your education system, all of that kind of stuff. We're totally dismantling.
Hold on. Can we please let her speak?
Thank you. But yeah, like that's what's happening down in the States right now, right? That's what's happening in Alberta right now. But they're becoming wise to it, right? What was the last thing that we were saying? I don't remember what the last thing was, but that was the one thing I came up that I wanted to say, was just conservatives create problems to say that they have solutions, but then they never actually have solutions because there's no problem in the first place, and they don't fix the problems that actually exist. So.
And they go after other things that are important, that they promised they would never touch.
Yeah, there's a lot of distractions going on there.
It's a magician trick. Look, my left hand, I am left hand, and they're rubbing you with their right hand in your button. It's a con trick, a magician trick.
My stance has always been, as long as what you're doing doesn't hurt other people, you're fine. David, what you're doing and what you believe hurts people. It hurts other people. You're wrong.
What can you give me an example of what I believe that hurts people?
You believe.
Well, hold on. But I mean, even yes. So the whole woman topic, but I also want to point out that before that, we were talking about immigration, right? And David said a lot of problematic things about immigration.
Yes, he did.
And then when I said I'm an immigrant, should I just go back home to my country? He's like, well, where are you from? Maybe you shouldn't go back, but maybe other people are a problem. Why?
So
right?
who are the first
And he's like,
immigrants?
well, because we need skilled workers. What? Okay, so what type of people are skilled workers, right? There's a lot of problematic things. You also admitted that you like Maxime Bernier and you're a PPC guy, which is the most extreme far-right party in Canada.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that there might be another smaller one we don't know about, but still.
That doesn't mean I'm hurting someone. I don't go out and hurt people.
It doesn't matter.
That the PPC party hurts people with their ideologies. Ideologies hurt people. Charity. And then Lilith.
I was kind of gonna go with that. Like, just because you aren't actively hurting somebody, you can be inadvertently hurting someone by secondary actions, right? So your vote for somebody who, please stop interrupting me. Can you mute yourself so that you're not interrupting me, please? So I lost it. I lost it.
Okay.
This is why I don't like getting interrupted, because I lose my thoughts.
So my right-wing ideology might be hurting, but remember before when you said David's probably the type of person that worships Trump and Elon Musk? And then I said, I only worship my one Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And then you said, oh my gosh, even worse. Did I say anything, even though that was offending to me?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. That's your opinion. You're not hurting me.
Actually, your book that you're a Christian, I'm assuming, because you said Jesus Christ, you're a Christian.
I'm Catholic, but yes.
That's a part of Christianity.
I know that. I'm Catholic,
It's an Abrahamic religion.
I identify as a Catholic.
I'm a Greek
So that's a subsection of Christianity. Cool. Gotcha.
I know. Right. I'm just saying.
Yes was the answer. Yes was the
Catholic.
Answer. Okay. So yes was the answer. So in your book, does it not condone slavery? Does it not condone selling women? Does it not condone unaliving children? Does it not condone like unaliving like babies?
Pardon me, sorry.
You didn't hear any of that?
No.
Your book, does it, your storybook that you live by, does it not condone slavery? Does it not condone selling women? Does it not condone grape? Does it not condone unaliving children and babies?
Just because there's stories of that in the Bible doesn't mean it's a good thing.
But you believe in that though, right? You follow that religion. You follow that God.
I follow Jesus, but a Bible is
So you're a New
it's
Testament
scriptures
guy,
of
not an Old
stories.
Testament guy?
Pardon?
You're a New Testament guy, not an Old Testament guy?
It's both. The
Right, so it's the
stories
same
don't
God in both of
necessarily
those,
mean it's a
right? The
good
God
thing.
condones every single action that he did.
Pardon?
So what's the best
God
religion
in
to
both of
follow?
those books, does all of those actions. Right? It's the same God.
Does what? Slavery?
Condones slavery, condones grape, condones the unaliving of children and babies, condones selling a woman to her rapist.
What should we
Again,
do
like I
tonight?
said, there's stories. Slavery obviously happened. It was
But you
But
live
it's
your
documented. It
life
stories that
doesn't.
you
based on these
believe in
stories.
and you follow and worship the God based on these
No.
stories.
When I go to church on Sunday, there'll usually be a reading from the Bible. It'll talk about none of those stories. We'll talk about, like, I don't know, something random. It could be something of, I don't know, Jesus talking to his
I'm
disciples
sorry,
about.
man, I can't even.
See, but see what I
When was
mean?
the last
Like
time you went to church? When was the last time
la-
you went to church?
last Sunday,
Uh-huh. What was the sermon about?
I don't remember, but
Seems like it's doing
No.
lots of good.
just
You're
listen to
learning
my
lots
point.
from it. You
Okay,
what?
cool. Just listen to my point. When you go to church, when I go to church, it'll talk about something from the Bible, and then the priest will do like a homily, like his own reflection of his interpretation. But it's never about anything to do with slavery or any of that. It's to do with
So,
other
what
stuff,
about
like
the
it
fact that
promotes
your
good things.
Bible literally condones abortion, but you reject it?
I don't think the Bible actually condones
It
abortion.
does.
Oh,
It
it so
literally
does.
condones
There's even a
abortion. It
recipe
literally
for it.
happens in your Bible, but you
Here's
object
a
to it.
recipe.
It says, guys, again, you
No,
keep,
your
you're
Bible
taking
literally
stories,
condones
bro.
abortion, but you reject it.
Also,
That's rejection of your
Christianity, yeah, and Christianity it goes by the book written by man, I should add, but it doesn't, like, Christianity is
Many
not
men.
just listening to the one sermon that your priest decides to give that one Sunday. Like, he can pick whatever verse he wants to pick. Have you read the full Bible yourself, front to back?
Not front to back. I've read a bit. Not front to back, though, personally.
Okay,
It's
how
the
about
same
this,
thing as the
David?
Quran.
David, question.
They never have.
David, question. A woman, she's 12 weeks pregnant, decides to abort it. What do you think about that?
What was the cause for abortion?
Doesn't matter.
Well, for me, it does matter.
It doesn't matter. It fucking doesn't matter. It's not your business. She chooses to abort it. What's your opinion?
My opinion is if she chooses to AB it because it was grape or it's going to affect her health, it doesn't bother me at 12 weeks. But if it is just for like no like reason at all, I would think it's bad.
How about this line? Straight from your fucking Bible. Judge not, ye not be judged. Condemn not, ye not be condemned. It is not your right to judge. It is only your God's right to judge. So shut the fuck up, David. If you're a Christian, you don't get to judge.
Yeah, but Christians
No.
don't also believe
You
in
don't
abortion.
get
You're
to
taking a story
judge.
from the Bible.
You don't get to judge. Judge not, ye not judge. Condemn not, ye not condemn.
I don't think that really has to do with AB though. That one.
I think that absolutely does have to do with AB. You don't get to judge. Judge not ye, ye judge. Condemn not ye be condemned.
that can go with anything that's bad.
Yeah, you don't get to judge. It's literally in your Bible. You don't get to judge. You don't get to condemn. It is not your right. It is your God's right. So for you to sit here and think that you get to have a say is ridiculous.
I'm allowed to have an opinion.
No, you're not. According to your God, you're not.
Man,
hang on. Just according, even just according to, like, you know, just social norms, sure, you're allowed to have an opinion, but that doesn't mean your opinion can't be shitty.
True. Fair. But, I mean, I don't think my opinion is really causing harm or shit.
And also, your opinions do cause harm. They 100% do.
So
I
my
really appreciated
opinion.
the fact that you spoke up about Native Americans, but Darth, you're really annoying me now.
So my opinion on if a woman isn't raped or it's affecting her life, and she wants to terminate the fetus, that's a shitty opinion.
Where in your Bible does it say that?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not even talking about
Where
the
in your
Bible.
Bible does it say that?
Bro, I'm not talking about the Bible.
Where in your Bible does it say that?
Does it say, bro? That has nothing to do with what I just said. She just said her opinions can be shitty.
I don't care. Where in your Bible does it say that?
That's not even a relevant
If you're
question.
Christian, you're Christian. If you're not, you're not.
Hold on.
So what I'm gonna say though, like, what about incest? Like, you have rape and you have life of the mother, like medical emergencies. But what about incest? Like, you're not including that. Like, or what if it's underage? What if the child is underage? What if it is a 14-year-old girl who, you know, didn't know any better because she wasn't taught sex ed properly in class?
What's the percentage of abortions due to incest?
Doesn't matter. Hypotheticals don't have to be real. So I'm telling you right now, what if
Give me a second.
56% of abortions that happen are married couples?
You're arguing with somebody who is in a no faith, like he's in a bad faith argument.
Also, I know that it's already happened a bunch of times, but just let's all use AB just in case.
I'm so
True.
sorry.
That's my rule too. I even put that in place.
It's okay. It's slipped from a lot of.
I'm not
slipped.
still alive, so I'm so sorry. I've slipped a bunch.
It's okay. I just new person on the panel. Axeman.
Yes.
Hello. How old are you?
I am over 18. I'm 43.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to add to this?
Just listening. I mean, as a Catholic, you're not encouraged to read the Bible. I mean, don't get mad at David for not knowing scripture references and stuff like that. It's not like evangelicals that, you know, that really know the literature and all that. And I mean, he goes to church, and I'm kind of defending his ignorance, and just I think we're harping on the one fact that he doesn't know the Bible, and that's fine. It still doesn't mean he's right.
That's not even one part of the Bible. Like, I mentioned multiple things that happen in the Bible. Multiple.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Had you read any portion of it at all, or had you listened at all, then you would know this. That's the thing, right? Like, I'm not. I was Catholic.
I mean, it's kind of embarrassing.
I converted to Catholicism.
It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that lots of
children. Can we one person at a time, guys? One person at a time. Charity was speaking, and if not, I'm just going to mute everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to drop just so I can get ready to take over. So because it's been 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is I actually converted to Catholicism when I was in high school. So I know very well what Catholicism, I went through the whole, like, not catechism, but I had to go through classes, essentially catechism classes, as a teenager to to learn all of these things. Right. And then I realized that, organized religion is shit. So, yeah, anyway, So it's really just really strange that I seem to know the Bible a little bit better than somebody who actually is part of that religion and that faith. And the problem is that like, sure, he goes to church, but like when he's going to church, he's only hearing the priest's interpretation, and he's only hearing bits and pieces of it that they want you to hear. If you're not encouraged to read the Bible and you're a Christian, then you're not actually living by the true word of whatever your God says, like your God's word. You're
It's
not
easier
living
to
by the
control
true
people
word of
to tell
it.
them
You're
not to
technically
read the
supposed to
Bible.
live by the 10 Commandments. Technically.
There's like 300 commandments,
Uh-huh.
David.
There's 10. The main
Oh,
10 Commandments, you know what I'm talking about.
David, what
Oh.
are the 10 Commandments?
There's more than 10.
David, what
The
are the 10
main 10.
Commandments? Right now, without searching it, what are the 10
I'm gonna
Commandments?
drop and get ready.
Oh,
Thou shalt
Lila,
not
that's
kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not cheat. Thou shalt not be bad with thy neighbor.
What?
Like you should not like.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's
I don't
wife.
know like word for word, but thou shalt not fuck.
Have
Yeah,
other
you don't.
gods.
Steal,
You don't know the
kill,
Ten
You already
Commandments.
fucking
use
stop,
it.
man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know them off
But
by heart,
guys, hold on. I do have to wrap up here. We are doing a 24-hour live though, so I'm just gonna end this live, and then somebody else is gonna take over. I'm still
Who?
gonna join the panel. It's gonna be Charity. That was just here. She's gonna take over the
Can you
live.
tell her to message in the group so I can add her and join?
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is I'm gonna end this live, but it's gonna go back up within like 2 to 3 minutes.
When are you gonna end it?
So
Right
this
now?
this live will continue. It will just be hosted by somebody else. We have to just switch accounts. That's it. So all I'm saying is if you want to continue this, just come back in like 2 to 3 minutes. That's all you got to do.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so if you want to continue this, we're still going to be here. We're just literally switching places. I'm going to be in the audience and she's going to be hosting. That's all. So we're going to end for now. Thank you. And we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes, okay?
See ya.
Okay. We'll be right back.